But if digitized farts are going for $85 a pop, like $85. 85?
I ain't even finished the article. It gets better, but I'll let you keep
It's digital? I can't even smell it.
Hold on.
I can't even smell it if I wanted to. I even know you farted. You could have just said you farted.
Nah.
You could have sold me a false
Brooklyn
NFT fart. Oh, you ain't even fart.
Yeah, the podcast and stuff we just started. Going in. I got a second chance like my name is Zack Snyder. I'm so anxious, I'm about to doo-doo my diapers. I know that's not what they came here for. But I'm like main source, I'm kicking. I don't know, I'm opening the door. I don't know, that was bad. Too much thinking on them bars. Should have gotten to flow. But yeah. Yeah. Another week and another couple of million on the NFTs.
What happened?
Said another week.
This week?
Another, I don't know. I'm sure we was talking before about the what they called them shits. The Snyder stuff. It's not Snyder stuff. What's his name? Dorsey. With the first tweet. But I got that in my topics. But so before we get into that, you got anything? You got any?
No, man. I'll be in another world, man.
Other world type shit.
I'll be in another world. Trying to think what there was something I saw that trying to jog my memory of what it was. It was like a channel or something I watched, and I was like, oh yeah, it's I might have brought it up before. It's not like a thing of the week thing, but this like gun channel on YouTube, like a shooter guy kind of channel. But other than that, I just been grinding away, man. Whatever, I might recall things that I've seen in passing that you might mention, but no, man, I've been grinding away. I went to Corpus Christi though.
Oh shit! How was that? Is that your first time there or not?
Yeah, I've never been there before. It was all right. I don't know.
I haven't been there since. So actually, the last time I was there, I ain't lived there yet. Like I ain't live here yet in Texas. I think I was just there. Was here visiting my sister, but I think that's like one of the Salinas home places. You know.
I didn't see too much of it.
Yeah.
There's some beaches and stuff. Obviously, we went there. But yeah, no, it was cool. I was a little bit disappointed at the food scene there. Maybe I just didn't go to the right places.
I'm not sure what Corpus is known for. Like I feel like the Salinas landmark, but also beach and water stuff. I think that's their main claim to fame.
Yeah, which was cool.
Yeah.
The beach was all right.
I don't know if the foods is on there.
Yeah, nah. For like a water area, usually is like a lot of good seafood places, and again, maybe there were, but I didn't really see too many when I was looking. And yeah, I don't know. But other than that, it was cool. Cali's still the, I guess, Western hemisphere of the country, king of beaches, and East Coast probably Florida. But I've never been to Virginia Beach or some of the other coasts on the East Coast to say. But no, it was cool. Mad farmland on the way driving there, which was cool for me to see. So, but yeah, it was mad rural. A lot of driving there. Just a lot of farmland. Just a lot of farms and stuff like that. But that was cool.
I think the last time I was at a seafood place, just because you mentioned that with the correlation there, it was Santa Monica. We went to. I was with the legends, Pagan Gold and Zerktronic. That was back before they broke up. Because now that there was a rift between the inseparable duo. Now they're no longer united. The girl problems and stuff, you know. But yeah, I remember walking, man, and Zerktronic really wanted the seafood, and none of us were about that life. But we went there, man, and some fancy restaurant in Santa Monica. And I remember none of us ordered nothing. It was just Zerktronic by himself, and we just there. I could tell the waiter's kind of pissed because it looked like one of those, like, you know, fancy smancy places. You know, we dress like how we dress, and only one guy's ordering while two guys eat this bread. So he wanted some fancy fish, some shit. I don't know. I feel like he got some swordfish or some shit. But
yeah, I don't know.
I ain't really about
usually
the
about
seafood.
Beach places, just like seafood places. You know
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was cool though. That's about it though. You know what I mean? Can't think of nothing else that I saw that I thought was too important.
All right. I shot a basketball this week.
All right.
Nah, but the cool thing about this one was it was at the it was in a gym. Like I haven't shot in a gym since who knows when. Like I'm used to the concrete streets, but not the gym. Like the gym, I was like, yo, it was just nice. It just felt good. Even though normally I like to stay away from those things, but it just felt real good because we was at the church to record some stuff. Oh, what's up, Brain? Oh, Brainwaves in the chat. He loves the basketball. Of course, he would somehow be summoned here when I'm talking about basketball. But yeah. It's funny enough. Probably the last game I ever played in my life still is because Brainwave somehow tricked me into playing like these 5-on-5s on this court. Everything else I've done since then has only been shoot-arounds and stuff. But yeah, no, we was there because the church, for reasons unbeknownst to me, I don't even know, I didn't even see the church area, but they seem to have a lot of land, and there was a big ass gym there, and then they had this room, that I guess if you want to call it, they made a recording studio, and yeah, and there was a drummer there, and then there's this artist. Told you, it was this artist from Brooklyn who for some reason was residing in Houston, who came through to make a video. So yeah, I helped with that, and that was my thing. But yeah, no, I got to shoot on a wooden basketball court. It felt nice. It was nice. With, like, they got nets and stuff and all kinds of stuff, like, stuff you don't normally see in the hard concretes, you know. So
very well.
I could totally see myself like man, if I had like a court by myself, I'd probably still shoot around to this day, cause it just feel good. I'd probably move around so much more, you know. It's just a nice feeling. I don't know, but all right. Let me I'm gonna send out the shout out to Duke, and then we'll start getting it in. See, he probably in a session.
A post of his. I didn't listen to it. The caption was some psycho shit. So
what did it say? Was it investments?
I don't know. It said something like it was like a public service announcement. Like, I don't know. Just saying that he's not competing with anybody in relation to money, of course. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the context behind it, but I obviously thought it was funny. But I wasn't even there. That was like the first post in the feed because I was sending myself something. Yeah. I was like, dude. In his robe too, talking about whatever. I should have listened to it. I had some crazy shit though.
You should have, man. You should have. I got a few NFT things here, but I don't know. I know he saw my thing, so I might wait for some of that to see if he shows up or not. Otherwise, I'll just go through whatever I wrote to in order. So, all right, yo, they got a Blockbuster documentary on Netflix for some reason. And I started watching it primarily because it had Kevin Smith in the cover, even though it's not his. But that's enough for me. But it's interesting, and this don't make it bad or wrong. It's just like creative styles, and it's like, yo, man, they tease the intro. Some people want to make artsy documentaries and stuff, and it's like they tease it, and the CFO's like, yo, people be thinking like Netflix killed us, but yo, here it is, and then they pull him away, right? And then they show you some stuff, and this is where sometimes it's like, yo, man, like I kind of want the information. I just want to know. I think the documentary is called The Last Blockbuster. So I was really just showing up. I remember there was a time when like 4 of them were around. Now they're saying 12. So it's all kinds of different numbers. But I know they had one in Alaska because it was just a tough spot back in the day. I don't know if that one still exists. But it seemed like the one they want to focus on is in Oregon. But then the documentary does all this artsy stuff, and they're giving me narratives and stories, and it's like, yo, I really, based on what you gave me so far, I probably could have just listened to the CFO talk, and I would have been good, because they're telling me, like, they're showing me several different actors, like, man, movies are dope, movies are great, movies are this, and it's like, fuck that got to do with Blockbuster, yo? Just tell me about Blockbuster. They kind of trying to hype the impact of movies and how dope rentals were and blah, blah, blah. And then they I don't know if there's more to this story, but you could tell they having fun. And I guess the guy who made the Toxic Avengers, he had a segment in here where he just kind of cursing a lot. And I don't know if he had anything to do with Blockbuster, if he maybe owned it at some point, because he had a weird skit. And then he was angry at the guy interviewing him for wanting him to introduce myself, because he's like, you even know who I am? And so it was like a convoluted thing, and it was just like out of context. Like, why would you even put this in here? I don't know what any of this has to do with Blockbuster, except that he's mad that the Blockbusters didn't put his movie in here, you know? And I'm like, what does this have to do? It's just this long, convoluted story. But it was interesting in that, I guess movies, they say back in the day, were $100 a pop. It almost reminded me of SNES games, you know, and the Genesis games back in the day when they were $100, you know? And they said, so a bunch of entrepreneurs was like, just like, yo, man, why don't we make some video stores, buy all these $100 movies and rent them? And then that's how the original stores came through. But then they said, like, the studios was like, yo, we don't like this shit. And then they started trying to sue them, take them to court. And they said they went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court. And I was like, I ain't even, obviously, you know what happened then, right? Because the rental stores exist. But it made me think, like, yo, why does that always happen? Like, yo, why the studios, why the labels is always like, yo, man, I don't like this giving of the product to the people at cheaper rates than we do.
It's just they're not getting a cut. Like, they're not able to resell it. Like, so you telling me, because that cuts out, think of how much market.
I get it. They hate resales. They hate resale. I get it.
It's just, well, now they're going to go to them, and all we get is one sale from the video store, and everybody could joke. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, what they should have made is an NFT, and they could write the 10% royalty fee in there. You fucked up, you know? But they said something interesting. So what you just said, and this is where I left off. I ain't finished, and then I had to go to the store. But they said something. All right, so like first, Blockbuster started in Dallas. I guess I ain't really even know that shit was like that. That it was Texas. But they said, oh, the dude who runs waste management, he caught hold of this and he kind of bought it, and then he blows it up. But since all these movies cost $100 a pop to buy, the mom and pops could only maybe get like 3 at a time or something, you know, like 3 videos. And the same thing Blockbuster said was only getting, they were saying like very minimal discount because they were buying more. So they made a deal, and they said, we'll buy the videos for you for like $1 to $5. and they'll give you revenue split. And then that's when they started like growing at the rate of like Starbucks or some shit, and pretty much put everybody out of business, you know. So revenue share, we can all get 100%. You know what I mean? So
hey, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was just surprised that shit went to the Supreme Court, but it was just funny because it was just like, man, we hear this story every few years, you know.
I end up coming over to ownership rights and what you could do with your property and shit like that. So
yeah,
I could see it end up going there. I guess if they wanted to keep fighting it that hard. So
always. I don't know. Labels always fighting with something. It was just funny. It's just like the cycle that never ends. It's just always these entertainment companies like, yo, man, how come we not involved? You know.
It's more stuff than that.
I know, but it's just
you know what I'm saying, it's,
like the simple
all kind of lawsuits going on right now. You know what I mean? Well, in all the industries, probably all hundreds per company, for and against them. You know, them engaging in something and them being sued. So, but yeah, they're not gonna like you taking money from them or potential money from them.
Yeah. See, I was hearing
they're gonna look for some way to stop that shit.
Next one here. I was hearing Sajam talk. He's a fighting game guy. He out in Cali. But he said something that I thought was crazy at first. He said, it's expensive to be a fighting game fan. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like at first, because to me, the normal thing was like, wasn't it always cheaper? And that's why it was minority driven, because you just need a console, the game. If you play with a stick, you know, that's on you. And that's it. That was the end. You don't need no expensive ass computer. But I guess he was talking about it from today. And then he said something that like, he expanded on that in that like, though I feel like this is dying because of esports, he said fighting game fan, because he's saying, well, you're buying all the fighting games. You're getting these $60 games, and then they all have season passes. So that's like, who knows, like $30 a season, right? And then if you really hardcore, now you go to tournaments, so you got to get your plane ticket and your hotel and all that. And I was like, oh, okay. You mean fan of the genre of fighting games? I was like, that, because he was comparing it like, well, now you play League of Legends. Well, it's free right off the bat. The game's free, and you don't ever gotta buy nothing unless you want it, and that's on you. You know, that's on you for buying stuff. You know, but I almost feel like,
I mean, going to tournaments ain't got nothing to do with playing the game.
Yeah, no. But I guess he's seeing it from that level. But that was interesting, because I almost feel like that type of fan, I could be generalizing, but I feel like that type of fan in general is done. I feel like that type of fan was more our day when we played all the games. I don't feel like that exists no more because of like esports and tournaments. I feel like people play a game now, and that's it. So I was like, I don't even know if that exists no more, because I feel like you might like, just because people like Guilty Gear, even though these are the same games in my opinion, but I'm using them. There's a lot of people who like Guilty Gear but don't fuck with Blaze Blue, don't mess with Persona or Dragon Ball, even though they're kind of all variants of the same game, you know? And I feel like in our day, that might not have been the case. Like, even if you maybe were like super passionate about one, it felt like you dabbled in all of them during that time. But I almost feel like now it's like, nah, it's probably cheaper now. Like, because you probably just like your game and you're a fanboy and you think everything else sucks. You know, like.
Is he talking about being a fanboy of everything fighting, or just particular games?
Well, because
it's not like there was mad games when we played games. If you were a fanboy, it would have been expensive. You would have had to import certain games if you was that.
And I did. Remember, right? I did.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm saying like that cost extra money. It wasn't even as easy to just go online. I mean, obviously the internet was around, but it wasn't the same way.
It was different. So, I mean, NCSX
if
back
you
in the day.
fanatic in anything, you probably willing to spend money for it. Yeah, some things are cheaper than others, but I don't know if it's more maybe because of the tournament stuff, but I don't know. Maybe that's like, but that's not the game though. That's like Now
No,
you
for
just a
sure.
fan
But
of.
I almost feel like just that fan in general is there because I guess that was a community based on fighting games, and like I don't know for whatever reason, like that community was always like that in the day. It wasn't the Street Fighter community, it wasn't the Mortal Kombat community, you know. Even though those came like as the years went by, but to me it was always the fight. It was always the fighting games. Like people played all of them, and I was like, yo, like this guy's a commentator too. So I'm like, I feel like it's more you. Like I feel like it's more like that. But I almost feel like the general person tends to only kind of focus on they games now. I don't think people are fans of the genre anymore. Like, look, like there's no other esport or something that has an Evo where there's 8 games on the thing, So that was definitely like a culture thing for sure. But I almost feel like that type of fan is going. Look, like when I went to Evo in 2016, I know there was a lot of people like, oh, Smash Brothers is on, let's go eat or let's go do some, like so it was already like kind of sifting versus back in the day, like yo, people would have been glued to the screen, like yo, it's Sunday, it's tourney time, like we seeing the best of the best, like all day. So I almost feel like that type of like fanaticism, like would be more of the past now, like back from the arcade times, when because I think in the arcade times that came from the idea of like I want to play Street Fighter. Oh man, there's a whole line and I lost. I'm gonna go play King of Fighters because no one's playing it, while I wait, and that's how everybody played every game back in the day, So, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as involved or like that. Like I don't know. Like,
but I just thought it was an interesting thought. I was like, I've never heard it's expensive to play fighting games before because it really was.
It's expensive to play. Is it expensive to play fighting games? What is this? What does that mean? All of the fighting games? I don't get
That's
it.
what it means, though. But because that used to be the natural.
It's always expensive to play all. In fact, it probably the same price unless there's just like exponentially more fighting games today than before, which arguably may be true.
Yeah, at this point.
But I mean, adjusted for whatever that is, like if you wanted to own all of the fighting games back in the day, guess what? You were probably still paying
that much money,
$49.99 or something like that per game, right?
Every
if you
console,
imported it, you might be playing more, like so. You know what I mean? And a lot of fighting games were coming out, even back then for the time, right? For what? It's no indie games. It's not people could just make games like now. It's all kind of stuff like they were mad. You had mad fighting games, so I think
just the thing that caught me more though was just like I think that's just rare right now. Like to be a fan of the genre, like post esports. Like, I just think that was rare. So it was just interesting hearing someone talk about that. I was like, who are these people that play the whole genre anymore? Because I almost feel like, and I was like, of course, he's a commentator. So I'm like, damn, I think you might just seeing it through your lens. Because I almost feel like the real scene ain't really like that no more. Like, the real scene kind of picked their games. So it shouldn't even be that expensive anymore, But it was just interesting to hear that. And he was comparing it to the real esports. Because those are usually more games, like this is overgeneralizing, but I guess it's less to find like, yo, I'm a fan of all the shooters, and it's more like, no, I'm a fan of Call of Duty, like, and that's it, So I don't know, but it was just interesting that like, yeah, I'm pretty sure fighting game players aren't built like that anymore, except for like a few crazy people who probably have special places in the scene, and that's why they're like that,
Yeah, it's definitely more shit to take people's attention. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's more expensive though. I don't know about that part.
Yeah, no, you need to be buying everything, and no one does that these days. I just feel like that fan doesn't exist no more.
It's expensive in any time period, so like I don't know.
Here's a random tidbit. I was hearing what's his name? Eric Bischoff talk today on podcast I like. And he's like, yeah, man, where you living at these days or something. He just talk about where he live at, and he say 50 miles from Yellowstone. He in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming. And I was like, it just made me think of you.
Chill out, man.
He said, no, I've been had this shit forever. I got this shit right away.
Immediately. I saw the signs. I mean,
this is something I wanted for Duke, so I might wait on this one because it's a music plugin, but it's another one. It's a company called Isotope. It's $25 monthly subscription. Seem like every plugin is trying to come up with a monthly subscription. This might be, though, the most expensive one I've seen, though. Normally, they kind of keep it in the $10 or less range. But this one was like $25. And I was like, yo, that's insane. Because, like, you'll spend a lot of money in a short amount of time. And to be fair, they're giving you a lot of top-tier products. But I was like, this same company has, like, rent-to-own through like another site, so it's like you could just literally pay them monthly and own it at some point versus like giving them this subscription. I guess the only bonus is you'll always get the updates for free, but I was like, yo, you better be serious about your music craft if you're spending this $25, man, on like, because that shit is gonna add up quick, like. But that seems to be the new wave.
$25 a month or per thing?
No. You get all of them, but it's per month. It's per month. But I mean, just that is a high price given what I've seen so far in the music world. But
$300 a year.
Yeah, that's real. Because normally the most popular ones, are the sample ones. So those are like $7 a month. And Arcade, if you do it right, is also $8 a month. So yeah, 25 that's a double jump, you know. I was just surprised to see that, but I guess that's where the industry is moving. I talked to the piano player on Monday when I was at the gig, and he looked like he mostly played piano, but he had Ableton. He don't look like he make any music or beats or nothing yet, but he's young, he's 20, so the time might come later. But he was like, yo, man, I won't update my shit for nothing because I want that shit to work. And I was like, man, yo, some of these prices, man, like, unless you're able to, like, write them off on taxes, I'm like, man, some people might move into the I don't update either, but for different reasons, yo, like, because, yeah, man. Subscription, man. I think, too, man, like, especially at that higher price, though, to be fair, I think with this company, you are getting it. But some of these companies, like Waves, like, you charging these crazy fees. Like, you got to give them every plugin you got. There was a company out in Cali. I actually interviewed for them. Steven Slate. The next thing was they were supposed to bring me in, but then they just never responded back. But, yeah, I believe they gave you nearly every plugin on their roster at that point. But I think to not do that is almost kind of disrespectful. Even their shit wasn't 25 though at the time. I was seeing I was doing the release radar on Spotify. And I can't remember who I was listening to, but it might have been okay. Illmind did a collab album with, I think this guy's name is Guapdad 4000. You ever heard that dude? Yeah.
Not his music, but I heard the name before.
Yeah. So he did a collab out. I guess that dropped today. So I was looking at the singles. And there's a new pattern of singles I've been seeing people do. And where they drop the single one, and then they drop single 2. And then for single 2, it has single 1 as the B-side. And if they keep going and they keep adding that pattern, that way the old shit might get a few plays by accident, you know? That's been the new pattern I've been seeing, like, here and there. It still hasn't, like, picked up, but I've been seeing it here and there where you release the old single as the B-side or the C-side or the D, depending on how much longer you're going to keep doing that, you know? So,
okay.
That might be it. Yeah, the new Spotify hacks is always coming. Let me see. I got a few NFT things here, but I think I might say that for last because I feel like that might go into some stuff. Newegg has a raffle
for
video cards. It's the shuffle raffle.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I got a haircut, dog. Yo, Brainwave was in here for a minute, by the way, Tomas. What was I saying? What did I? Oh yeah. Shuffle.
You-
Yo, you always
Yeah.
come in here when I talk about video cards. By the way, Tomas, but yeah, they got the shuffle, and I guess you sign up for the raffle, and if you pick, then you're allowed to buy a video card or something.
Wow, it's like zombie vaccines. It's only the lottery. They have to do a lottery.
You know what also
Everybody
came
else-
out this week with Bravo video cards? I seen like two programs, two YouTube channels that tend to come up on my feed. They reviewed the 3060, which is the lowest tier NVIDIA card, which by the way came out in November. But they reviewed it finally now. And it's kind of interesting. I couldn't even reverberate it, but they almost make it seem like it's kind of like a disrespect they even make that card. Because it almost seems like a kind of like a price trap to either get you to get the other three in the series, or like if you're just directly upgrading from this from that low tier series, it's almost like not even worth it. But they're kind of trying to trick you with it because it has, I guess, more memory in it than any of the other ones. But it was this weird thing. It was like, yo, it's so weak it could never like justify using the full memory anyway. So it just has a higher number, so it can kind of trick you into doing it. So seemed like Nvidia be doing like a lot of like funky little tricks, like that. But basically, just the next level up, if you compare them like side by side, like tier 1 to tier 2, it's almost like not even a fair fight, you know?
Okay.
But let me see.
The video card struggle.
It also made me wonder, like, why are we even why do like things like that exist? Why does the raffle exist? Like, why can't you just I don't know what you want to call it, but why don't you just put down an order, a pre-order, or whatever, and yo, whenever that shit comes, just give me that shit. like, why are we having like raffles where like I might put one down today, you might put one down 5 weeks from now, and somehow you go first because it's random select, you know? Like, why don't I just?
It's more fun that way.
Is that the logic?
I think so. It's more fun. It's like a game now. Suspenseful. You know, you don't know what number you are in the line, or you could get, right? See?
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
One of those channels, I don't know how true this is because I need to go down the well, but he blamed it on the fact that auto manufacturing has stopped.
Using up all the things.
Yeah.
They stop.
Yeah. So the ECUs or something that they're needed and they're not available, and that auto is a priority over gaming CPUs, they say. Even though, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right in a 2021 world, you know? Like, but yeah. I was like, really? Cars.
What is it, palladium or something? Or certain types of metals and things?
They ain't something called ECUs or something. At least that's what I wrote here, but I know I have crazy autocorrect, so I don't even know if that's what it was supposed to be or not.
ECU? So, well, like you mean like in car ECUs?
Yeah, that's what I had written down here. But I also have.
That's just like the car computer chips.
Yeah. I guess they're being thrown to them over, to the chip side. They get first dibs or whatever, you know. So,
Okay.
Like the auto, like I guess the way we're. Yeah. Because I guess the way it's viewed right now, like based on old rules, is that cars are way more important than some like computer stuff, you know. But maybe that's a bit outdated. I don't know. At the same time, more and more cars.
What do you mean, like the government's making them do that or something? Or?
Whoever sets that up, yeah. That's the way. Like, I don't know if it's the government 100, but like more than likely, right? That's the only person who's gonna say that, you know.
I don't know. What is it? A I'd have to see.
But I imagine that just comes from a rule that was probably set in stone, like, you know, a long time ago when maybe like computers weren't as dominant.
Like, is there an emergency or something going on? I don't think during regular shit, like, I don't know, can't NVIDIA be like, I don't know, suck it, Ford, we're selling to NVIDIA, they got more money. No, because
so I guess like whatever both companies use, like, yeah, the same thing, and they're always gonna ship it to them first, like whatever that product is or whatever, you know. Yeah, I don't know. And I imagine, I mean, you know, like we always saving car companies all the time. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it is because of the government, you know?
I just wouldn't think it'd be like normal. I would think like they could declare that if needed, but that's like, so just regular business, they just always get priority.
That's the way I understood it.
Government.
Maybe I interpreted it wrong, but that's the way I understood it, that is the normal business. And to me, that historically, that makes sense because car companies were like an important thing and computers were the new kid on the block, you know? But yeah, that's probably something that should be looked at again, you know, like in the new world, you know? Going back to those chips, there was those on those cars. It's interesting reading those comments because it's a lot of people just angry, like, why are you showing us reviews of things we can't buy or stuff like that? But I think the general consensus is if you can buy it at the retail price, is a good buy. I think like the whole gimmick of the card is supposed to be like this dope ass card at only $289, which I was surprised. I was like, really? Is that how much that costs? Because I haven't seen one at that price. Like, because yeah, I'm like, dude, I would buy one and up. I don't even like that shit. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I don't even what I have in there. I'm pretty sure I didn't pay $289 for. I don't know how much I did, but I'm like, that sounds cheaper than what I have in there. And I'm like, shit, that's crazy. But yeah, at this point, like I told you, AMD was selling their own shit for higher than their own retail price. So I mean, like the same thing's going on. Like even legit stores are selling like the GPUs for more, you know? So,
do you need one now for something?
Not necessarily. No, I wouldn't buy. I would prefer a computer. That's what I more need. You know, like I wouldn't buy. And then if I'm getting a computer, then I'm gonna get a video card. But I don't need the card for nothing. Duke is the one who kind of more wants one / needs one.
Yeah, no, you've been kind of mentioning.
But yeah, no, I don't need the card isolated. But I was looking at computers again today, and you can get they seem magically really easy if you're willing to buy it in a computer. like all these cards seem to magically exist if you're gonna buy the computer with it, you know. But yeah, getting the card on its own, because I was looking at this one, I was like, man, like, I probably won't make any decisions even if I do get one. I feel like I might just try to grind it out indefinitely, but seem like $2,000 to $3,000 range maybe. I get something like pretty really crazy. And I saw this 16 core AMD Ryzen, and it came with like a 3070, you know. And I was like, man, like you got 30. I saw one on sale for like 2,100. I was like, I swear, a few weeks ago, you probably like, can I just buy this computer and just take out the 3070 and sell it for 2,100? I was like, because I swear I seen that on eBay. I was like, it sounds like this computer be free if I just sell that video card. So, actually, I should look at that because yeah, maybe I should do that. But I know people were doing that months ago. But let's see. I seen David sent me a Talib Kweli clip, which is rare because normally he sends me comic book stuff.
Podcast?
Yeah, from his podcast. It was Clark Kent. I haven't been hearing Talib recently, but it was DJ Clark Kent on there, and he telling the story of Brooklyn's Finest, how that song came together. But he says Damon Das got a production credit on Brooklyn's Finest because he suggested it to use that sample. And he said that was his production credit. he said, you know, that's my boy though. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, he was like, yeah, this is why he got a credit though. He ain't do nothing. He just told me I should do it.
Hey, no idea.
And I was like,
take ownership. You didn't think of it, right? Right, it wasn't for my thought. Y'all wouldn't even did it. So.
As we hear more and more of those 90 legend stories, more and more of the Puff Daddy stories, I feel like they start turning into things like that, you know?
Right. I mean, I don't know what like the split is or anything, but if that's really true, then I mean,
hey, let me look it up.
That's fair because then you hear people, right? Oh, I was the one that told them. In the other way, where they're not on the credit, right?
Yeah.
That was my idea, and they just took it and got rich. And
yeah, produced by who goes first? Produced by Damon Dash and Clark Kent.
I didn't say who put the order on the track list or who typed it like that, but hey, I mean, I don't know, man. That's smart if anything, and if it was his idea, right? Like I suppose he could get a credit, maybe not a production credit, but I don't know. You know, there's no other idea credit or nothing like that. So I don't know.
Hey, man. Well, 2021 is taking care of that. You change the snare, you get a co-pro now. It's all equal.
I did
now.
that. Yeah. I did that. Why he not trying to pay me?
Equal co-pro. Equal co-pro. You change the snare timbre. You change the snare.
Wouldn't be what it was. Didn't do that. See?
Alright. Let's see. So, you know, for a long time, there's always been people on Twitch who stream themselves sleeping. Like if they're doing like these like 24-hour streams or like these Truman Show streams where they just keep going forever. I've seen this one girl in Houston did it this week, and I was like, wait a minute, like what is this category? For the rule used to be like if you're gonna stream yourself sleeping, you can't be in a category. So like theoretically you're unfindable, but your followers can see you, you know? But yeah, now there's a just sleep category. And I was like, really? I was like now I can find this on demand. All my watching people sleep needs. I was like,
look, this is dumb. We want to tab. Why we gotta, you know, one of my favorites. It should be a category.
Just
bad
sleep.
UI. It's bad UI design. Clearly, this is a category that y'all refuse to categorize and force people to put into no category to make it hard to find. Right? Can't have that. It just sleeps.
There was like 5 people sleeping.
What are people doing when they're watching? I mean, not that you actually know, but what's the point of it?
Of watching people sleep?
What are the viewers?
So the people that I've seen, they're usually famous, like or big enough followings, right? So when they do
famous people sleeping
on Twitch, Twitch famous people sleeping.
Famous Twitch people, okay.
The other, so when I've only looked at this category on that day, and I didn't know any of the other people, but I think one of them looked like he had a lot of people watching, so maybe he has his own clique. But the main usually gimmick of streaming yourself sleep from the people that I've seen is that they usually have, I can't remember the professional term, but when you donate the media player, so when you donate, usually you can tether a video to the donation and it'll play it. So usually people are requesting obnoxious videos be played that are usually loud to try to wake you up or some fuckery, some type, pretty much fucking with you.
They're not just watching them sleep. People are able to pay and fuck with them.
Yeah. That's usually what the chat is doing.
Alright, so people want to try to wake people up and fuck them. Right, very well.
Or, sometimes it's calm and it looked like the chat is just talking to itself, and I'm like, all right.
I'm just like, well, what do you get out of watching anybody sleep, a celebrity or anybody for that reason? Like, I just didn't know. But yeah, okay, that seems like fair incentive for the masses or whoever. That's kind of whack though.
What do you mean? What's whack?
I don't know if you're sleeping. These people might be.
Oh yeah. That's what's the price of relying on streamer income. Yo, so Daily Dasher was streaming right now, right when we started, and he's a Puerto Rican out in New York. He mainly does the IRL stuff. That's why I know him. But he's in Miami right now. But I remember, I think for his birthday, he did a subathon, and subathon is usually when the more subs they give you, the more time you add to your stream. So you will stop streaming when this countdown goes, but you keep giving me subs, the countdown goes up, you know? So he had an unlimited subathon. I feel like he lasted, I think, 2.5 weeks. Just straight streaming. And so usually that's how the people that I've come across, that's how they end up streaming themselves sleeping. Because usually it's some type of unlimited stream event where they just sleep ends up being a part of it. I haven't investigated the just sleep category if somebody's literally like that's their main brand of content. It's just me sleeping.
It's just me sleeping, man. Shit. Compounder.
By the way, watching Miami today, Miami also defeated COVID clearly. Like from seeing how that city looked, I was like from his stream, yeah, COVID's been defeated in that city. I was telling that to my sister as a joke. She told me Italy was going back into lockdown again. That surprised me. I don't know. I do remember, and I don't know, I remember hearing this on some podcast. It might have been, of all people, Josh Barnett, who I guess is another fighter, man, who just loves philosophy. That seems to be, not that there's many of them, but just some of the fighters I like, man, they really seem to be into philosophy. So that podcast seemed to almost have nothing to do with fighting, and it was just battle of philosophy. But I think they kind of brought in the morals, like just the moral debate of like, I think the UK was like just experimenting with humans and stuff and like giving them money and stuff. Because, you know, they were trying
when you said experimenting with humans.
Not mutants, but I mean for COVID. Like,
yeah,
they ain't
kind
even
of experimentations.
Yeah, just COVID stuff, like to see if any of these things. So this is why the moral thing was axed, because they were giving them COVID on purpose so that they could see if any of these vaccines or whatever cures they wanted to test would work.
COVID?
They were giving the humans COVID on purpose, like as you know, they give
humans know.
They're paying them and everything. Yeah.
So what was wrong with it? This is a medical test. I don't get it.
No, it's a whole philosophy debate, and that was just if that's right or not, and blah. There was a debate.
Is it ethical for medicine to test on humans? Period.
Or just like diseases or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know I remember how that came up or not. But
must not be that bad of a disease. I mean, if it was like some shit that, look, this shit might melt your face off, like, I don't know if that'd be ethical to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit kills 90% of it's just people dying and they don't, like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's risk with any kind of medical kind of stuff you do, but I see what you mean now.
But I was hearing another wrestling podcast. I seem to listen to way too many of those, but that seemed, I don't know, just some of the stories of that business sometimes be really fun. But streaming, what did I write here? Streaming, okay. Yeah, someone asked a question about royalties, and they brought up an example. I guess Bill Nye the Science Guy is streaming on Disney Plus. Damn, I didn't write any of the stats. But I guess he had a 50, so some of this is off my head and it's probably wrong, but you'll get the main point. He had a 50-50 split for the hard media, like the VHSs back in the day and all that stuff, DVDs, whatever. But I think they gave him like a 20 or a 30% split for streaming. And he was like, nah, son, like I want that 50-50. So he took Disney to court, Bill Nye, you know? And he lost. But I guess, I don't know what this means. I don't even know what this means for the case, but they highlighted something because the guy was asking what this means for WWE royalties, because right now they don't play. But he said, no, you're not going to get this, because he did say they were different. Streaming's different than, you know, the VHS DVD. But then he said something at the end of his statement that they were saying might be used in future cases of royalties, and said streaming is the progressive content evolution of VHS and DVD. So I think the reason why he didn't get a split because he was already getting paid. Because I guess he's getting 20 or 30%, whatever it was. But because it wasn't VHS, you're not getting your 50 or whatever. But I guess he was saying that statement could maybe be used in cases like WWE when they were getting royalties before, but now they're not getting nothing, you know, because everything moved to on-demand content. So that maybe that sentence could be used for future precedent in other cases against wrestling, WWE, you know? I don't know.
Right. I'm surprised people just don't, at this point, make the splits like, look, whatever medium come out in the future.
Yeah, well, some of the wrestling contracts were written like so
soda
long ago.
bottles,
Bill Nye, too.
Start looking at things in the clouds. I want 50% of wherever this is shown, however it is shown, period. I don't care what the unknown
things we can't imagine. Yeah, it needs to be percentage split. It needs to be percentage split. So that way, like, right, if we come to a Spotify world where you're paying 0.00 whatever the fuck, at least that 0.00 is being split accordingly, you know? And it's not on some dickish shit that be happening, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Alright. So skipped around. I think we covered most of the topics. I had one more other wrestling thing, which I guess I'll say, but it's more funny for me, and I think it's less funny hearing it. You have to see it, but there was this girl called Maki Ito, and I guess she was in America for a little bit, wrestling for the other company, AEW, the second in command, I guess, if you want to say. And I guess she's a failed idol, like, you know, idol single in Japan. And so she sings her entrance music, and it was a 3-on-3 match, and she comes out and she starts singing her entrance music, and it's normal. But then, you know, the people in the ring, they just start fighting and they cut her music off, but she keeps on singing anyway, a cappella. And it's just kind of, it's one of the most ridiculous things I've seen in wrestling. Because everybody's trying to be all serious in the ring. There's people outside the ring fighting. And then the announcers are just like laughing. Like, oh, I guess she won't be stopped. And she's doing this song and dance and everything, but there's no music. It's just her doing it. And somehow, man, I don't know if this shit was perfectly timed, but I think maybe one of the wrestlers went over there to save her because she was just going to keep on singing while all this chaos was going. But then she just ducks a clothesline and just starts fighting. And I was like, yo, I'm pretty sure that wasn't on purpose. But man, what a save. Because it looked like this lady was ready to do a full-on concert while people were going to keep on wrestling. But it's sad, though. But it's usually the dumb shit like that in wrestling that I enjoy now, not even the wrestling itself. But all right, let's just go down.
Some quick story about some Asian female. She might have been Japanese, like wrestler. She wrestled for something, for one of the big ones. I'm not sure. She's like a big star.
Yeah,
maybe champion out there. But it was the story was kind of interesting that she told how she got into it. She was like a comedian.
Is this Britt Baker?
Saying that, I don't know her name.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's a Japanese chick.
Oh, he says Japanese though. That's right. Forget it.
Yeah, over there.
Because they just had a big match this week. That's why I was.
What was up? I was watching something where they were eating something. It was like actually a food kind of thing. They were eating sushi. They were like in a restaurant, I think in Japan. It had something to do with sushi, and they were maybe at some like good sushi restaurant there.
Yeah.
But I guess I didn't know what I was watching. I was just kind of watching it for the food part. But it's something like they probably bring celebrities to go eat these foods or something like that.
Yeah.
Because then she was just like, "Oh, I'm this person." I'm like, "Oh, okay. You're not. These aren't just like two foodies or whatever. She's got a wrestler lady with her eating or whatever the case." But anyway, she said she was a stand-up comedian, and that out there something about like wrestlers do comedy a lot or something like that, or something like that. So she was always curious about the wrestling part about it, or so she started watching wrestling a lot. And damn, I actually don't even remember what the thing was that happened, but she just ends up like wrestling. She just ends up starting to wrestle. She just started watching shit all the time. But it was interesting. It has something to do with like being a stand-up comedian is actually what led her to wrestling. Like, I don't know if wrestlers also do stand-up comedy out there, or it was something like that. But it seemed like she's like one of the higher profile people in whatever thing it is. It's one of the big ones. Just the Asian part of the company or division or whatever they got. But
only one in this day and age I know is New Japan. But yeah, that's the only one I know. I know, like,
I don't know.
On some wannabe ECW shit, they had an exploding barbed wire match recently in America, and it looked like a tribute to how it used to be in the day. And man, it's 2021, man. That is just poor man stuff compared to like what they used to do back in the day. It looked like little like firework triggers, like the explosions now. There's a 1980s Terry Funk explosion, and I don't know why. I don't know who made this concept. Like exploding barbed wire, man. I feel like the barbed wire is enough. I don't know why you need explosions, but like there's a countdown, and when the countdown stops, which for some reason, even when the match is over, it seems because this countdown won't stop. It seems pretty horrible. It's like nobody's gonna win. The ring blows up. And I was like, it seems pretty like, why would you want to do this match? You know, and it was a big deal because everybody paid for this pay-per-view. And I guess it didn't blow up. Nothing blew up. It was like, these the four corners of the rings. It went and now it's the explosion. It's like little fireworks. It was like it was mad pathetic. But I saw the Terry Funk one, and it looked like a nuke went off. You couldn't even see the wrestlers. I was like, who would agree to this? This is where people don't understand that wrestling's fake. Why you want to be in an explosion? But the 80s was tough, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Do you still watch wrestling now? Not like maybe current.
No, I watch YouTube clips. I can't. There was 2 weeks where I tried to watch it because David was like, "Yo, this shit is dope," and my other friend Gerard, who came on once, "Yo, this shit is dope," and I was like, "Yo, you guys are smoking. Yo, this shit is crazy," and not in the good way either. Like it's just crazy. So what I do, I like watching the clips, and and the clips have to be someone I gave a shit about, like Sting and Jericho, and that might be it for the week. And then I like the talking, the lore talk. So Eric Bischoff, like today,
the interviews.
Yeah. Or like Big Show and Cage just jump ship to another company. So I heard part of they talk there. And it's just interesting to hear the business talk.
Thing was in my recommended feed the other day.
Which
I don't
one?
know if it was old or new. I have no idea. I just saw the Undertaker's face.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the headline.
I heard him on Rogan. That might have been one of the last. Now, the last Rogan I heard was Freddie Gibbs, actually. But before that, the Freddie Gibbs one was dumb. Because he was being Freddie Gibbs.
Well, dang.
Yeah, that stuff's crazy. But the Undertaker one was kind of boring with Rogan. I can't find. It was like little bits and pieces, but yeah, no, I like more of the lore now. The nostalgia of the past and hearing it work. Like that guy I told you who is full of hate. He might be full of hate, but like it's not just pure like fuck these guys, which it does seem like it can be sometimes. But there's a lot. He got a lot of like knowledge bombs that he be dropping for wrestling. I think one of the most interesting things like he did was there was a Sting segment and I saw it on YouTube and I was like, yo, this shit was kind of crazy. Like, what are they doing to this 61-year-old man? And not only did he criticize it, but you know, and hindsight is 2020, but it's so it's semi hindsight, you know, but he also like just provided a solution. He provided like, no, you should have just done this storyline, you know, because that was his job back in the day. And I was like, yo, that actually made so much more sense than what they did. You know what I mean? Like that would be like so much more viable, so much more believable, you know? Damn, my friend says 15 minutes of Rogan ads before he gets into that. Well, that's one of the reasons why I don't listen to Joe Rogan no more. But I want to say this.
He's exaggerating, right?
I mean, I hope so, but there are a lot of, he's not wrong. There'll be like sometimes 3 to 5 ads. But the reason why I say I don't know is you can just fast forward to the end of the ad. So like, you can literally drag the bar, like, and you can just drag it to the end. So really you're just hearing a second, like this is, and then fast forward, but you do have to do it. You have to mandate, you have to do all 5 drags. So maybe they really are 15 minutes. Yeah, see, he knows. But you know, I don't listen to the Joe Rogan show no more. And it's not just the ads, the UI, the Spotify UI is trash. I hate it. So I do check it maybe like once every week or once every other week, because I am waiting for the lie of Dave Chappelle when he agreed to come on the show, but he probably won't. But I think once he comes on the show, then I'm probably good. like then I'll never have to hear it again. Unless he leaves, because it's just too hard. I told you, I don't know if you ever checked it out, but Lex Friedman, like if like all the nerdy shit you would like that I won't stumble onto Joe Rogan, yo, he gets the real nerds. He's an AI guy. It's another kind of fake Rogan podcast, but he's a Russian who lives here. He's the one who had Josh Barnett on, and they're doing their philosophy debate. But he also works on AI, and he gets a lot of nerds who are not popular, just like Rogan. No, actually, Rogan gets the popular ones, but he gets a lot of like people working on math. He had the Firefox guy, like the guy who like originally did that shit, who goes like all the way back to like all these other companies, you know, like Netscape and all this shit, you know, like Silicon OG Valley, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm like, if I ever need my fix, I just go to Lex Friedman and shit, and like that's if you're gonna make your podcast difficult to listen to, I just won't hear it. We live in a world right now where there's just so many options. Like, unless I'm really attached to that shit, you don't really need anything, you know, in this entertainment world, you know? So, because there's always somebody else doing something and you can just fill your time with whatever, you know? So, so yeah, I mean, there's no exclusives no more, you know? So, everybody can do everything. But, alright, so I think I eliminated all the BS. Here, I'll reiterate this one more since you're here, Tomas. Isotope has a $25 monthly subscription where you get all their things, but it's $25. So yeah. Alright, I got rid of all the non-NFT stuff, so now I think we're just gonna probably talk about NFTs yet again. I got a bunch of nonsense on this shit. Some of it we talked about already, so I don't know if I'll bring it up. But anyway, Foundation. You know so I was telling you about it outside. When I was outside before, the invite only spot.
The NFT like marketplace.
Yeah, but only like the famous creators seem to be on there right now. That is invite only. You know, I found on OpenSea an invite for someone selling an invite for Foundation. It's $13K. It's 13. I was like, shit. My friend's saying you sound muffled, but that's because he's leaning back. That's why. It's because he's in relax mode.
I can move this forward.
Yeah, it'll be louder.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that shit for $13K. That invite. I was like, damn, that's wild.
That is a lot.
Yeah, I was like,
wow.
I was like, you must really want to be on there. Let me see. Let me try to turn on closed captions.
All the celebrities is on it. Like, I don't know, because they got money, right?
I mean, like,
can you buy from it? Like, what's the exclusive part? That means you need an invite to buy and sell.
Oh, so I think anyone can maybe join Foundation, but to sell on there. Yeah, okay. To be a creator.
That might be kind of worth it if it's just them buying shit like that, I guess. But that wouldn't make sense from each other. I don't know. But yeah, either way, that's a lot of money for an invite.
Yeah, no, it's pretty sick. So here I learned about lazy minting this week.
What's that?
Also, yeah, Tomas, you say you're talking to your coworkers about NFTs. What happened? What happened? Drop the knowledge. But anyway, lazy minting. Did you hear it? You know what that is already or no?
I said, what is it?
Oh yeah, so he asked, have I read how much about you got? Yeah, the gas prices are crazy, like $50 or something, or depending on what it is, you know, at the moment. But it's funny. So he said he's asking about the gas prices. So it's the counter to that. So pretty much the lazy minting is that you can put up your stuff and it's not, even though it's minted, it's really just on the website. So no gas is paid till someone buys it. That's pretty much the long story short about lazy minting, because the gas costs so much that you only want to have it when there's a sale, you know?
But how do you do that?
Oh, just it's a feature on the marketplace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool then.
Mintable has zero. Like there's only gas if you make a sale. And usually it's the buyer, but some of these sites actually can give you the option. Like I can play it or as a seller, which why would I do that? But I mean, like, but you know, if the thing is expensive enough, you giving me 69 million, I'll gladly pay the gas. You know what I mean? Like I can pay your $50 gas or whatever, you know? However, on OpenSea, so the way the OpenSea works, as far as I understand it, is every time you make a collection, there's a mint gas price that you pay, and then there's a second fee with OpenSea for it to somehow, like, I guess the first time it messes with your wallet or whatever, you know. But those are the first two fees you should ever have to pay, because within the collection itself you can constantly just keep making stuff, and I believe it's an infinite amount. I believe I haven't seen a limit.
So it just costs to make like a profile, basically.
No, so you can actually make a profile without doing this, but once you start selling shit,
in terms of the collection, you're saying though you could make it just costs to make a collection, but then you can make whatever you want within the collection for free.
Yes, basically, and then you'll only pay the gas once you make a sale. And if you're doing an auction, if you accept a bid, you pay the gas. But if you let the auction finish, like, and whoever wins, they pay the gas, you know? So.
See, when I sold my thing, it was through the game, but it was on OpenSea though. But I didn't interact with OpenSea
itself
to like list it or anything. It was like through the game, you know what I mean? Okay. That's interesting though. I gotta look. I'm gonna look more into it.
That's probably what's happening with Foundation, in that you can still track it on OpenSea, but maybe those people aren't interacting with OpenSea, you know. But
I could see more games moving into that space, and there's already a bunch of games. I know I don't play games like that, but
I don't know if you in the chat.
This one,
But yeah, my friend's saying a bunch of stuff like in regards to what we're saying.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm leaning back. All right. I mean,
but yeah, what were you saying?
nah, just like we kind of complained about DLCs and how games just change like on consoles and stuff like that. And just playing the game that I'm playing now, thinking about how like a lot of games are free. Matter of fact, this game is free. It's
Yeah.
a free game, right? Like you could buy shit like you can in all of the other games, or you could grind or whatever, but the whole NFT, like some shit, there's only 100 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I could just see, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like the potential to make more money in this way where like now certain shit you can't really get. Imagine gamers really trying to, it's already crazy when people trying to get rare drops and stuff like that. But I don't know. It could just be an interesting medium for it. Because there's literally like characters and items in the game that in US dollars would be thousands of dollars to buy. Like I've never even calculated what the most expensive one is. I could just like look at it and be like, all right, that shit is mad. Even in the in-game currency, just the equivalent will be like it'd be $3,000 to buy this person in Ethereum right now, or like easily ones for hundreds of dollars. Some like a certain class of characters, like it goes by like common, uncommon, rare, elite, and then like legendary or some shit. That's like the rarest items in class of the illest stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you're at like the uncommon rare stuff, items are like easily $50 for like not a great one in terms of USD. And definitely like $100. It wasn't like that though. That's only because the price is going up so much for Ethereum. They made some adjustments in the game to make it not so like crazy because the price jumped up for certain stuff. So they even had to adjust some of it. Like, all right, don't even make sense, but it's just interesting. You know what I mean? But I guess people sell characters and stuff like that in games, so it's not particularly new in that sense. Just the system, I guess.
Yeah, Diablo 3 was ahead of everybody. The auction, which they canceled because too many people were like selling shit and people were making a living, and then China was doing slave stuff like they normally do, with video games.
World of Warcraft or something like that.
Some of those games that probably still goes on,
Yeah. So,
but yeah, no.
This one, I was just like, this is interesting. This is the first time I wasn't even, like I said, I didn't even know what NFT. I was just like, this is it. I just knew it was based on the Ethereum network and like whatever. This is some crypto game. You could earn crypto as you play. It's an RPG. Looks simple enough. And then I was like, yo, this is kind of crazy. Yo, the game is so crazy that like I said, if you're at a certain level of the game, and I'm like, damn, like if you would have just played this shit, if I would have known about the game earlier,
yeah,
I probably could have like sold and made more money or just been more leveled up or whatever. Because it's almost hard to do that because of the price of stuff. Like you might have been able to buy some of this shit now for like $1 back then. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't this expensive. But there's certain like depending on your rank or whatever, like if you like an OG in the game, you're literally just making Ethereum, period, just off of like your status and just the way the game works. Like you just get paid out in Ethereum, you get paid out in all this other fucking shit that's in game, but ultimately you could convert somehow into US dollars. So I'm like wondering like, yo, the people that are like really number one in this shit, I'm like, I wonder how much money they make from playing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like how much Ethereum are they getting each month for being OG?
So is that the future of gaming? I was thinking fighting games, but just in general, right? But like that the future of gaming? Like you often hear me hate, right? Man, like these new players, like or just how the way the tournament scene works. A lot of it sucks because they only play games for money, right? That's how you get these whack games on top. But is that like the future? Like Street Fighter has like their, I don't know what they're called, their Street Fighter bucks, whatever. But imagine if there was no Street Fighter bucks and it was just EFA, right? And now every time you beat somebody, you get like whatever, I don't know, 100 points or whatever that shit is. Like, you probably could make like one of these games, right? Just based on that. And if they use it on DLC, well, now they get the money, right? But you could also cash it out, and now like it could be your job. I just play Street Fighter.
I was almost like, if I would have known this, like whenever the first game came out, you could have just invested $500 and just buying the shit in game when it was like cheap, and now you'd be like some lord with all the fucking shit, getting monthly payments at Ethereum, smashing people, level 99 and people. You know what I'm saying? You got the revive shit, all kind of stuff. Because I'm like, for sure, the people that are at the top, just knowing the type of items they're, just knowing like, because where they are, right, like the certain types of shit they're getting, and just because they're at a different part in the game, they could beat different enemies and win the better tournaments or whatever. Like, the shit that they're getting is definitely selling for like pretty substantial money. But it makes sense if you want to win, and because every item, depending on what it is limited. There's literally items in the game. There's a few that are one of one. There's a few like items that are one of one, but like the rare ones is only 20. So, but if that's making you money though, if you need that shit to have your team, like I don't know how people are looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people are thinking about the money part, then like you kind of got to build a big team, a good team. And at this point, at least, like that could cost money or just mad time grinding. Like you might never, who the fuck knows? You might never get the shit you need. So it's interesting. The other thing that's in the game, which is funny, which I didn't think about, is so I actually sold it. I didn't sell an NFT art, but I definitely got money from it. In a sense, right? But there's a thing in the game where you could like upload pictures, and I think what you're supposed to do, they're like pixelated sprite kind of characters, but they don't move though. Is you're supposed to edit them to your own way, and if you upload it, you could actually make your character in the game look how you want. So I could just put a picture of you, like literally just a screenshot of the podcast. I could make that my character. It looks retarded. That would look retarded, but people have their characters like that. Just like upload pictures or whatever. You get certain skills if you do it. You can like when you attach it to your character, it could make your character look like that. You also get some skill. But when you make artwork, you can post it in an in-game market, and people can buy it for like the in-game currency, which I'm like telling you ultimately translates to US dollars. And if people like it, you get paid. So I was just uploading shit that I was thinking about changing my characters into. And in the process of it, because it went to the little in-game marketplace, some people was liking it. Some people bought one. Some dude bought one of mine. It was Vincent from Final Fantasy VII. I like made a little sprite of him. I was gonna put it in there and upload it later. And some dude bought it for like what's maybe the equivalent of like $4 or something like that. I wasn't really even that happy about it because then I had to upload it again. Wasn't really meant for him to buy it. I'm not going into the details of like why it had to be like that, but yeah, I was just like, oh wow. But then I was just like, damn, like I don't know. It's just interesting. I guess that now Gil can turn into money. Like I've never played a game. Right, wow, it really pays to train and get Gil now. You know what I'm saying? This should turn to real money.
All that tactics training gonna pay off.
We need all the legendary swords, not for these battles. They're worth millions, fools. If we level up, we'll be gods in the real world. Screw this game. Yeah, I never. But even as I play, I don't really think about it like that.
Yeah.
And in a way, you still like, unless you plan on spending a lot of money, like you still kind of have to play the game. So I kind of made the best of like this like using the game type of stuff. I got some ill items. I got some shits that are pretty good. I don't got no dope hyper legendary shit, but the way I set my team up has been working pretty ill. I've been kind of holding it down till I get some better shit. You know what I mean? And if I was to cash out of the game, I think there might be like, I don't know, $700-800 worth, maybe more than that. You know what I'm saying? For the market prices I've seen for the stuff that I have.
Yeah.
So that's like mad bugged out. This is the first RPG where it's like, wow, I could.
Now you're never gonna go back to Final Fantasy. they don't pay you, dog. They don't pay you.
Yo, and this is like one of the most simple, like, it's not a whack RPG, but it's like it's one of the card games essentially. It's just not cards, so it's like not very involved at all. I probably would never play an RPG like this at all, unless it was literally like some Game Boy type stuff. But yeah, but it's actually pretty good for how simple it is, the way they made like the fighting system and just the way the stuff works. But yeah, that'd be super dope. You know how rich I'd be? I mean, how much gil I had and all the rare items I had back in the day, you know what I'm saying? We would have stole Cloud. We would have sold 99 level Cloud for $1 million. Peace out, Cloud. You know what I mean?
I wonder if you could do that now. I'm thinking like game saves is the easiest way, but like if you could just literally like modify the save, like, because I bet you in the computer versions of these things they're more modifiable, where like if you can just somehow take the code. But honestly, at that level of an old game, if you're modifying and hacking the code to sell it, you could just, as the user, you can hack the code to just give you what you want. You know, you can just play God yourself. It's not even worth buying.
Yeah, right. And that's kind of where the blockchain thing comes in.
Right? So that not everybody's being God.
You can't hack this stuff.
You
can't replicate these items. Otherwise, you know, it wouldn't even be the way it was. So it is the money part's interesting. I guess the rarity part's not, because that's already baked into a lot of games. But it's just usually based on probability, not like limit of the item. Like anyone could get the item. It's just the odds of it being dropped are, you know, very rare. And I suppose that equates to a low number that will like exist across time. But for people to know that there's only 10 of these items in existence, right? The Omni/limit break, there's only 10. So whoever gets it, or how, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like, yeah, that kind of changes stuff for people who care about playing the game. All
right, let's go back to games with the normal world right now with DLC. Do you think you can drop the one of one DLC? like of something.
This is what I'm saying is, like, I could start seeing a world, because people already pay for loot boxes for rare drops and stuff. So I could see a world where, I don't know, I feel like that could get a lot of backlash, but I know.
I could see that too.
I could see them attempting or somehow implementing it. Maybe not the way we saying it, but at the same time,
like in the fighting game world, I could like
do some 101 type.
Like if it's a one character that only one person had access to, I could see normal tournament world banning that. But if it was esports, because that already happens, like in Soul Calibur, where like Zelda is only on the Nintendo Soul Calibur, but on the place, like I remember they did a DLC drop where Zelda was on the GameCube. Like maybe Spawn was on Xbox, and PlayStation had like a Sony character that made sense. You know what happened? They all banned. They were all banned. like no one. If we can't all get them, they all banned, and now no one uses them.
You're talking about tournaments, but as far as online,
well, here, check this out.
Whatever the ecosystem.
Yeah, you know, but check this out. We live in an esports world. Capcom would be like, yeah, we own the tournaments. Yo, that shit legal, dog. So, like, in the new world where we in esports, like, that could actually be legal because the companies run the tournaments now. It's not the grassroots.
And it don't gotta be characters either, but yeah, no, that'd be
Yeah.
I don't. That'd be crazy for characters. Like, what? There's only two, and what do you
Only
mean?
two geese?
Like,
That's it? I can't. Only
and
one
these
geese hopper?
dudes got it. Of course, Duke has both of them. Like, yeah, no, that'd be.
And you can't train for it because you don't have it. That being
But
said,
stuff like skins and stuff like that, all of the other things, they could start doing stuff like that. Like, all right, this is the 101. Like, they could do some shit. There's only 10 of the, and I'm not saying they're gonna charge $1 million for it, but it could create secondary markets for stuff, right? Like secondhand markets where
oh, and just like we
people
were talking
selling it
about
and trading
royalties,
it, just like
Capcom
what's
get
going on.
5% royalty of all of it. That way they can keep their
So
hands in the pot.
they might, I don't know. But being that games has a lot is generally kind of looked at too, like for young adults and younger people and kids, like people already have problem with the loot boxes and said that shit was akin to gambling and stuff like that. So, I don't know, but I could see it in the future, it being in there somehow. I'm sure they're thinking about it.
Mm.
Some way to make some more money, make exclusive content, like right? Comic books could get into that, right? Like, don't they got the collectible loot boxes? They could just start having collectible NFT boxes. I might be giving up too much sauce right now.
Too much sauce. Well, as an individual creator,
we could get into. We could get into the NFT. I don't know. I don't have nothing to put in there, but yeah.
Some of this stuff I told you already earlier in the day, like stuff off the Royce, were about the flex, the artist flex, and just helping your favorite artists in general. You know what I wrote down here that I didn't mention before, though? Every time I hear it mentioned like that, and especially all the music examples, it just honestly just sounds like Patreon with crypto. You know, that's what it sounds like to me. Yeah. Like, obviously, there's more to it than that because prices go up and down and the reselling and royalties. But in a lot of the music-specific examples so far, it really sounds like just advanced Patreon. Like, that's it. Yeah. Especially when we talked about this earlier before. Like, is NFT really a reward for the lifetime of free internet work? You know, like, because that's what a lot of the things seem like. And I had the Jack Dorsey tweet here as an example. Yeah. You know what was here? Let me Google this one. I ain't mentioned this earlier when we talked today. You know Pringles dropped an NFT?
For what? What is it? Oh, wow.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Pringles joins NFT craze with Crypto Chris virtual flavor. Here, let me post the link.
We're in a bubble, man. We're in a big bubble. Clearly, too much has been pumped into the economy.
It's in the Discord chat. It's in limited to 50 versions. 50 versions.
Anything. Just assetifying anything, and people are buying it and trading it. This isn't to say that the NFT thing doesn't have function and utility, but just the way, like, craze. Look what they said. Like, it just when they talk about what is it, irrational exuberance, this be seeming like
the flavor
indications that, like, yo, we're at like a peak, you know what I'm saying?
The flavor is a 1080 by 1080 MP4 file. The flavor, dog. The flavor. That shows animated spinning golden Pringles can with crypto themed chips.
I can see this for free, but all right, whatever. How much is it?
It started at $2 the bid, the average price of a Pringles can, but it's on Rarible. Ain't that interesting? I mean, if you count Pringles as a famous thing, which I guess it is, it's like one of the first famous examples that I see on Rarible and not on OpenSea.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
It's 761 right now.
It stands for like
761.
Non-fungible token.
Yeah.
It's just a tamper-proof thing. This
This is their pitch on Variable. Crypto Crisp introducing the newest flavor from Pringles, the Crypto Crisp. First virtual NFT flavor. Can you taste it? No. Can you enjoy it? Yes. Only 50 to go around. Created by Vasca, the artist. But yeah, it's an MP4. So does Variable use different coins? What's a WEF? WET or WETH? Is that like just still Ether or is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so Pringles chips.
You know, anything, man. You can start uploading pictures of your desktop. Man. You know what I mean? NFTs.
Yo, they put like
I just secured this thing. That's it, and made it a file.
yo, they put like an asterisk to be like the quotes. Click the link to get your digital hands on one. They should also put that only 50 exists. But I get it. We've had that debate enough. But yeah, I was like only 50 exists. So yeah.
At the same time, like I said earlier, you know, we kind of laughing now at some of this, but as things become more digital, like I don't know, maybe like this is like think this is, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so I don't doubt the monetary. So I laugh at it just from when we talk about it logically, like we did 2 weeks ago. Like it is hard to wrap my mind. Money's money. I mean, like, yo, if you actually analyze some of the tools worked on right on Wall Street about credit default swaps, like some of that is also laughable, right? And like how those things somehow work and are justified. But you know, I don't doubt they work. I just maybe doubt the logic of some of these things. Like, but it's like, hey.
What I'm saying is how we consume and view things and value.
Yeah.
As we become more digital, like, right? Like, are we going to be buying things physically forever? Are we going to continue to just do that into perpetuity? Like, people barely use paper anymore.
Yeah, no, we moved into the cloud.
So
I talked about Blockbuster, but we're in the streaming world now, right?
I'm not saying this makes sense to us. I'm just saying like this just might be like an early peak of
what's to come.
Where things are going. Things become digital. Art is digital. Like ownership is digital. People now value files as opposed to the actual chips or the actual painting on their wall. Nobody actually care about that. Everybody's exchanging things digitally. Maybe it don't make sense to even have physical items to transport. We ain't painting pictures no more. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do them digitally, and if you want it, you could print it out. You know what you could do? I saw is, I mean, obviously you could do this with the JPEG, but right, like you could literally have the electronic portrait, right, and have your digital file playing on it the same way. I suppose you would put
any type of
picture up, right?
You know
what I'm saying? So we're not some of this stuff is ridiculous now. I think it is, but I think we are seeing just shifts towards, right, like just our behavior and how people are looking at certain things and valuing certain things. And it makes sense. Like everything's going on. People ain't even going to work no more. People's jobs were changed to just digital, visual. Everything is on your computer. So I bet some things that we don't think now could have possibly been on a computer. Pringles flavor. A flavor don't even make sense. You can't sell a flavor and file. What are you talking about, right? But here they are. And I get it. It's a piece of art, but nonetheless, you know, who knows what becomes digital. You know what I mean? Who knows what else becomes like that? Maybe you. You know what I'm saying?
Can I sell myself?
You can NFT yourself right now. Screenshot this right now. JPEG. All right, you could.
Yeah, what's this gonna look like for porn? And right, is this gonna be like you can sell all the selfies and all this shit or something?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I bet you. Yeah. Watch
one of one.
saying people ain't going to Blockbusters. No
Yeah, let me just type that.
Just talking about that. So
NFT porn. Let's see what's up. Cryptos and NFT and porn. How sex workers are getting in. And then there's a Reddit thing. I'll get into that. I got there's things. So here, as you're talking about the future stuff, I have a quote here. I don't remember where I got it from, but I think I've told you this one already. The future of collecting may be less owning the thing that. Oh shit! I fucking use talk to text. This is butchered. You'll probably get it though. But the future of collecting may be less like probably really owning the thing that no. But okay, the future of collecting may be less owning the thing that nobody has, and more owning the thing that everybody has.
I get it.
Yeah. No, I just wrote it in a crazy way. Because I use talk to text, so there's a lot of extra words in there. But like you were just saying, yeah, like because the things that are being sold right now are kind of, NYC man sells fart for $85, cashing in on NFT craze.
I'm about to. I got the collection. I wrote it out. About to get on it. I told you, collection. The
A Brooklyn-based film director.
Fire, Abe. You're not gonna see. You laughing. I told you the idea.
I'm not that I don't believe it. I'm just saying.
No, listen. Check how it's gonna work. This shit gonna be crazy. I told you the idea, but you can't repeat it. I don't want nobody to steal it. But it's gonna be an inside joke when it sells for that.
Yeah,
it's gonna make sense.
Yeah,
and whoever buys it, they're getting real value. Because if they had the money to hang it up, it'll make sense to them too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if digitized farts are going for $85 a pop, like $85. 85?
I ain't even finished the article. It gets better, but I'll let you keep
it. It's digital? I can't even smell it.
Hold on.
I can't even smell it if I wanted to. I even know you farted. You could have just said you farted.
Nah.
You could have sold me a false
Brooklyn
NFT fart. Oh, you ain't even fart. Yo, look, this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna let you continue. All right? We missed that like big crypto wave. We probably kind of already missed it. I should have had lines of NFT fart files sounding like hot months ago, but I didn't know. I didn't know. I was playing my little crypto game. I didn't know what was going on. I would have been playing that shit. I'd have been farting, digitizing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Fungalizing them, making them legit. This is the one-on-one. This one came out at 5:30 after I ate chicken. But nah, I'm going too far now. I'm just saying. Probably time to like get in before this shit, closes up. Farts are back to being worthless. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, they back to being worthless. The struggle.
When they're back, they weren't $85 last week for that shit. The fart markets, they were still at zero. Pretty worthless. Maybe some gag farts you $9.99, right? But generally worthless. I mean, but this week I checked.
There was fart apps.
Infinite percent.
There was fart apps on Apple, but like they're usually like $1 or some shit.
Yeah, but those aren't legitimate, digitized, true, one of one.
All right.
Yeah. Like, better. All I'm saying is, don't even research this shit. Start digitizing things.
All kinds of shit. Yo, the last time I jerked off, NFT, dude. NFT, the last time I jerked off. Just like the experience.
I'm about to start digitizing drugs. Getting people addicted to digitized black market substances. Be an NFT heroin dealer. Yo, farts are going for $85. Disguise clearly the limit.
A Brooklyn-based film director is simultaneously mocking and attempting to profit off the cryptocurrency craze for NFTs by selling a year's worth of fart audio clips recorded in quarantine. If people are selling digital art and GIFs, why not sell farts? Told the New York Post his NFT one calendar.
Some people really be thinking, man. I'm telling you, some people really be on it. They mind be like going to places you just don't know.
His NFT one calendar year of recorded farts began incubating in March 20, when the beginning of global corona started. Blah blah blah. On the 1 year anniversary of the quarantine this month, he could darn near identify by their farts alone. He compiled the recordings into a 52-minute master collection audio file. The top bid for the file is $183. Individual fart recordings are also available for 0.05 Ether, 85 a pop. The Gassy Group has sold so far 1, 2, and a number.
All the collections I got.
183.
Oh my God.
If the value increases, they could have an extremely valuable fart on their hands, he said. He's actually providing stuff. Some of these NFTs.
I'll mail you a turd for $85. I'll mail you a whole turd if that's what you want. Obviously, you get the digitized proof that you own the turd, but I will mail a physical one for those that want it. I'm about to just start digitizing stuff. I ain't even questioning this shit. I'm going to just make a collection. You know what I'm saying? Just start putting shit up there and seeing what happens. You know what I mean? Farts, a year worth of digital audio.
I'm hoping these NFT farts can at once critique the absurdity.
You gotta stop playing
make
around.
People laugh and make me rich.
Yo, whatever, man. Whatever you see as treasure is treasure. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for me to tell you what's valuable.
Fart number 540, the Tony Hawk Special Edition.
Look, you're not. You got a lot of work to do. All right. Look at the marketing. The Tony Hawk Edition. Making things up.
This is on OpenSea. Yeah, he's on OpenSea. The Year of Farts. 26 items, 6 owners. Own the master collection today.
Yo, I'm gonna put a bunch of other stuff, but I'm gonna make the alias. I'm gonna make a French name, some name. I'm releasing 7 picture series, tiered in their rarity, and I ain't never making nothing again until they sell, and then I'll come out and reveal myself.
Oh man, there's an article in the Wall Street Journal about NFTs and shit, but it's a general article.
It's everywhere now.
Yeah.
No, it's all over the place. It's funny, like the irony. Not the irony. Just been playing that game for months and just never even thought about what that NFT shit meant.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It explains it too. It's actually in the FAQ. What is an NFT? I just never read that part because I don't know. I'm just like, I don't need to know this part. You know what I'm saying? Need these fucking swords, more strength.
Temple graduate behind concrete cowboy photography now selling NFTs. Aaron Ricketts sold his first piece for more than $5K. And here's a quote from his Twitter. My first NFT just sold for 2.88 Ether, 5,268. I'm shocked and beyond grateful. Look forward to continuing the journey.
I'm about to start the journey. You better hear me.
I've sold work physically for hundreds of dollars, but never sold a piece for $5K. The fact that people were actually bidding for it completely blew my mind. So
he like what are y'all doing? This ain't even the going rate that I charge people in real life. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you all? You could have seen me in person for less. I would have came and done this for you personally for half of this. One reason that Franz Lacroix needs to make his art appearance. What I need to be like, I need some story or something, right? The artist always like crazy or something, right? Franz Lacroix, yeah, he's gonna He's gonna
But
take the
this
hard
guy
road by
apparently he
storm.
was doing work for like Netflix and Finish Line and real companies. He said he only was getting like a couple of hundred a pop. But yeah, it's like,
Who are you coming out as? I'm Franz LaCroix. That's my artist. That's my new artist name.
the alias. Might have to do.
Franz LaCroix.
I might have to do multiple collections then, because I definitely want to do one for the I. So you know, what I was gonna call it. I was gonna call it Young ISB. Young ISB. Young ISBE.
Yo, we could do collabs and make it look Young ISB X Franz LaCroix.
There you go.
That's how they market it. Know what I'm saying? Adidas X Beyonce, this X this, yo.
Yeah.
Young ISB X Franz LaCroix. People will probably just assume that this is
the shit.
Franz LaCroix, Young ISB. That's some rapper. Fucking, you know what I mean? Splat some shit on there. Put a music note in the middle of it. Boom. 2
Well, no, at that point when we collab, and then we can do the gifts with music loops on there.
And you get the loop.
I seen the Aphex Twin. I don't know if you know who that is, but yeah, he had one earlier this week, and it was just kind of a loop. It was like a GIF spinning around with some noise, some sound design noise or some shit. Crypto.
You could just sell anything, I guess. I mean, I guess you could do that, but this NFT thing.
Porn creators are getting rich in on the NFT craze. Many adult content creators have embraced crypto. Blah blah blah. What are they doing though? I need some examples. Making Vlad my bitch is being sold on the cryptocurrency marketplace Rarible for one. You gonna make me search for this randomly? Unbelievable. It's being sold for 1 Ether, which is still 1,700.
Everything's out there, man. Selling, all right.
No, but I want to see what it is. Like, is it just porn or like normal porn, or is it like
it's digitized? It's just digitized.
No, but I mean, like, is it a normal MP4 or is it just the fact that we did stuff?
It's just no. It's just digitized. That's it. It's just digitized. Yes. When are you gonna start?
Probably this weekend. It's like, here it is, making Vlad my bitch. Yo, this is even worse. This is worse.
What's worse than the? Never mind.
No, because I expected porn. This ain't porn. This is a picture like everything else. This is just a picture. It's not even porn.
You clearly, you're not listening.
Making Vlad. It's the
you're
guy.
Not listening.
I know. It's
Don't question it, Abe. Just trust the process. Just go with it. Stop looking for reasons why. Sell your farts. Sell your art. Who cares?
A lot of buyers don't really care about getting something on the blockchain because they just want to jerk off. But some of them really love the idea of owning this digital token and being the one to own this special image from their favorite creator minted. Well. Oh, okay, so they're getting into this because they'll have issues because they're porn stars. Sometimes banks and PayPal give them shit for being porn stars and they don't want to deal with them, you know? So this is kind of a way around that for them.
I'm about to make a Facebook, Franz LaCroix, run ads for my shit for a week and then vanish.
Do it. Oh, yeah, and you're gonna vanish?
Yeah, that's part of the mystique of Franz LaCroix, right? I gotta disappear.
Cause I wanted to do that too. Yeah, the ads too.
Yeah, now that you got me thinking about it, like I mean, run these fart ads. I'm doing mine for $49.99. And these are healthy ones. You know what I mean?
Let's see. Anything else?
I ain't gonna lie though. I'm not gonna get into details, but crypto's been going pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's been on quite a run. Not as crazy as that first not so crazy wave, but yeah. There's a I was thinking today, I'm like, there's just a lot. This NFT shit, just other shit, the future shit that me and Duke was talking about. I'm like, let me think, like, what's going on with all this money sloshing around? Like, there's all these games out now. You know what I'm saying? That's like, I don't know. It's just, I know some people
as a country, how do you police
money right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's, I don't even know. That's another thing for the crypto shit. Like, I don't even know how.
You know what I was gonna suggest?
Or check.
That's when you embark the Patriot system and you just own everything.
We're shutting it off. This is out of control. Look at them. Shut it off. Fucking tyranny. Send the tyranny bots. There won't be any more. There won't be any more of this. This is getting ludicrous. And granted, like, the futures trading already exists for other securities. But I know there's people. There's already day trade. Like, there's these things is just making opportunities for people to make money. And I guess in trading, this is zero sum game, but the NFT is just like, I don't know, man. A lot of wealth's gonna be created though, right? Like, in that, you sent me that one thing with Steve Kotler in it and the other dude, and they were talking about that, and just other people that I've listened to that be talking about kind of, we discredit technology and how it advances when we talk about stuff, and like how much, there's a lot of things to be negative about all of the time, but just look how much wealth just technologies. I mean, in this case, does it make
for everybody
100% sense? But look, people
those are two separate conversations.
elsewhere.
Whether things make sense and whether they work for wealth are two separate conversations.
Well, people created their own market. There's a perceived need or want for this stuff, but it's still being enabled by the technology. That's like the driver behind it. But for the artists, this is a whole new way avenue for people to do things. I guess avenue for people to consume and enjoy things that they want. But yeah, this should have just making a whole new like industry. I bet. Watch NFT advisors. It'll be all kind of things around this that's making money in businesses, and just seem like, who knows what's to come next. Look at social media, what that did.
Yeah,
people just started using that, and all the things going on now. Like, people, right? Like, you couldn't have just got on YouTube. It didn't even exist at some point when we were young, and literally like made a business without going to a radio station or do any of that. Like, that's power. Like, you could just, we're doing it right now, right?
Yeah.
Broadcasting it, like, potentially, in theory, right? Like, mad people could be in here watching us. So we're not a company or radio station or media. So, and it could potentially make money, right? So
Yeah.
It's definitely provided a lot of people for value.
The great leverage. The
people consuming it and the people being able to make the stuff now. So, I don't know. Who knows what's to come? You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? All kind of crazy things. Crazy. Crazy. Run a business from your pocket, damn near.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Just, I mean, bugged out.
And you see, they had here, Elon Musk tweeted a picture poking fun at it. It was these people at a party having fun. And then the loner in the background saying, they don't know I own this and this non-fungible token. You know? All right, here we go. The first exclusive NFT to rent a house in the Hamptons, New York, is now available. What does that even mean? First off, the way I read that sentence, it sounds like the NFT itself is doing the renting.
We don't need to read any more things that were digitized. We need to start thinking of things to digitize and sell.
So they're just doing a rent auction, but for NFT. All right, I think via NFT instead of their normal thing. That feels like a good example of hopping on a craze. But
might be a good marketing move though, right? Because that's going to bring attention.
Yeah, because they came up on my search.
Right? It's going to bring attention to the sale. So, hey, if it serves the purpose, then who cares? You know what I mean? But yeah, there's no reason it needs to be handled like that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to end up signing a lease for this. You just made a digital lease. Leases are already digital. Like I said, I haven't signed a paper ever. But none of the PDFs I signed were NFTs or anything. It would have just cost them more to do that, if anything. Accordingly, right, with the gas fees, like, why would I even go about doing the transaction that way?
Yeah.
But I get it for the marketing purposes, right?
All right. I'm going to move on to the fun stuff then. That was the last topic on the topic-y list. So here we go to comicbook.com land. This is a stark contrast to what we were talking about. Miss Doubtfire director Chris Columbus confirms there's an R-rated version. You excited for the
old one? Or
yes, like of the old one. Of the old one.
What was it gonna be R-rated in it?
Oh
no! Fucking killed it or something. I didn't get it. Probably some. You know what it is? It's probably some like lewd humor and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he was cross-dressing in it. It's probably something like that. But all right, what are they re-releasing? I don't get it.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. Or maybe it's some more edgy Robin Williams comedy. That could be the only redeeming thing about the rated R.
Hey man, if the hashtag release the Snyder Cut worked, maybe hashtag release rated R missed out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anyone for the rated R director's cut of the uncut Miss Doubtfire. I mean, I know it's like a legendary movie. It's dope. I've seen Miss Doubtfire before, mad times. But I don't know about the rated R version. 007 dies in it. That's what happened. James Bond is in that movie.
Justice League director explains why Snyder Cut is so bloody and violent.
Why? Why, director, man? Why so?
Let's just do it the exact way we would if there were no ratings board. Let's not use any second guessing. Let's do it the way we think is the coolest. This was the philosophical approach.
Wow. Straight out of the Green Light Man 101 handbook.
I always feel...
Don't worry about nothing. Let's just do cool things. Just trust it. Yeah. Let's pretend like there were no ratings. Let's
I always feel that the consequence is important to me. That there's real stakes. It is still abstract, there are gods fighting men, which is also part of the point. We can't really fight them. Humans can't really fight them. I don't know, Batman's hanging out with a lot of these people though.
That's not Batman. Not that Batman. Batman looked like he might have robbed the intergalactic bank and run into some god beings before.
David told me this other story today. basically, I don't even know if I'm gonna read this, but there's a guy in the movie. His name's Ryan Choi, and I know him now from other stuff that they've used Ryan Choi in. But he goes on to be the Atom, and he's like, he wanted, I guess he wanted to have that guy also get his own movie, and he wanted it since he's a Chinese character, he wanted it to be like an all Chinese movie, and like, yeah, have like that spin off into a movie. And yeah, man, Snyder, like the way this movie ends, it was like he had the whole thing, like, you know, like all kinds of movies ready to like pop off, you know, all kinds of things. But yeah, I had been pitching Warner's to do an Atom movie with him in China, like a Chinese cast superhero movie. That was my goal. So, but obviously, yo, this character's not even in the Joss Whedon verse, as far as I remember, you know, like so yeah, you know, this guy was cut entirely. What else? Why? I'm not reading this, but it's an interesting, it's an opinion piece. Justice League, why the industry can't pretend the Snyder Cut is a normal movie release. So, but yeah, this is, oh yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
I kind of see that question.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds apparently watched Green Lantern for like the first time, and he tweeted about it.
I saw that. He like live streamed it or something. I didn't read the article, but
I saw some of his tweets, and it seemed to be things like, you know, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, and that the cast was super talented, even if the material wasn't. I guess Angela Bassett is in there, and all these people. I don't remember Angela Bassett in that movie.
It's a fail of a movie for sure.
His wife's in there. Like he didn't. I think that's where he meets his wife, and he was like, "This is crazy. Like I meet my wife in this movie," you know.
Well, that's a big positive for
yeah, and I guess it's like this is like a foreshadowing of what's to come in my life, you know, like so.
And there's worse movies, to be fair. Like there's worse movies. There are in the superhero genre too. There are much worse movies than Green Lantern. It was bad. I seen it, but yeah.
Let me see. King of the Hill revival negotiations underway. You excited for that?
We're like King of the Hill, but nah. But you know, King of the Hills. I just put any random King of the Hill on if I want to see King of the Hill. You know what I'm saying? I don't need new ones or anything like that. But
oh man, I always say, you've heard me say it 10,000 times. 10,000 times about how like hip hop and country music are the same thing for different cultures. Yo, man, King of the Hill is just the streets for like for that culture, like the benches. Yeah, you know what I mean?
In front of the block.
That's the bench. That's the bodega, dog. That's the bodega.
About propane, fucking whatever.
There's no difference. That's the bodega.
Boom, how the players. Boom, how we're always getting the chicks. You know what I mean? It is. It is.
Disney CEO.
I fuck with King of the Hill.
So yeah, that's coming back like everything. Disney CEO says Black Widow theater run will be a last minute decision. So basically it's coming out, and then in that week, if the theaters don't look too sexy, he said, then maybe we'll respond. And maybe in a pretty much nuclear bomb scenario, that's the only way he's gonna drop any of them shits on Disney Plus. He ain't trying to drop any Marvel shit on Disney Plus. You know? And if it drops, you know we paying $30. He ain't giving that shit for free. But yeah, pretty much they trying to not drop anything on Disney Plus, but the TV shows. Justice League 2, Zack Snyder won't quit hoping for a sequel after Snyder Cut success. Oh man. So we actually might get this. There's a lot of people that at least from the comments they've made public, it is very hard for me to imagine the actress that plays Wonder Woman, Ben Affleck, who I guess is coming back for the Flash movie, and the movie that's gonna have all the Batmans. But Ben Affleck, who doesn't want to be Batman, and who else?
Because
Like
he wasn't.
But it's it's very hard to imagine like that cat. The main kiss. That's the problem with it to me. Is the main characters. I think Wonder Woman has her own kind of vibe that she's living in. Aquaman's for now is successful. Like people like it's hard. I could see him being down like Aquaman, but just based on like public comments, like I don't know if some of these guys would want to come back because I feel like they just kept moving on in life. So to go back to this crazy shit, I don't know.
If they feel like people feeling it, though, you know what I'm saying? They might be like,
yo, let's say they say yes, too. That means we got... how many Batman movies we got coming out?
Forget those. Muscle car Batman coming out. Nobody care about that.
Yo, there's a scene. And this is a great example of Zack Snyder, where sometimes stuff is just for imagery and visual and painting. There's a scene of Batman on top of the Batmobile. Like nothing happens. It's just scenery and the camera pan. But it's like the tank from the Dark Knight. You saw the animated one. I don't know if you ever saw it. Yeah, it's the tank. Like so, like Batman is like a microcosm compared to this tank, and they're showing the buildings around it that look like a war zone, and it's just like. Who would want to live in this Gotham City? It's just like...
Pull up. Can you pull up? Can you put pictures up? Can you pull up a picture of that?
Of what?
Of that Batman?
Oh, the one I showed you.
Yeah.
I took a photo of that, so hold on.
The photo looked like he is the top 10, but that shit just got dropped on the CIA desk.
Hold on, let me see if I send it to me.
Like this. International terrorist needs to be stopped. He's wanted in 13 countries. That don't even look like Batman. Does he even have the Batman costume on? I was mad confused.
It's underneath the trench coat.
What he got a scarf on or something? Look at the picture. You'll see what
I'm pulling it out. How you download this shit? Oh my gosh. There we go.
Yeah, that picture is nuts. That's not Batman.
The fuck how you download this shit? Why will you
show
not?
My son. That's not the Batman I want to show my son that fights for justice in the city. It's like, this is a bandit, Daddy.
I think I have it. I have it up now. I don't know if you see it.
Yo, what? All right, what's going on with his? He got a scarf on. Look like he just got a ski mask on. The body armor. Look at that face. That's not the Batman. Is it broken? Or it's just blurry? He got some other shit on his head. A shawl? Why does it look like that? Yo, the bat suit is always flush. Why he got a scarf on? I'm asking you. You saw the movie. What is that?
Oh, it's a scene. So it's you want me to go into more detail or what?
No, what is on his head?
Oh, they don't address that. But I mean, based on the context of the scene, he probably don't have access to the Batcave and other suits.
So right. All right, bet you answer my question. He just got some other shit on his face. He got this shit will work. That's not Batman. Yo, Batman always has spare mask. This dude's like, fuck it, give me that T-shirt and that do-rag over here, and that shotgun. Let's go get this shit done. Look at that dude. Yo,
he does use several guns, but most of the guns are alien in this movie. Like he picks up guns from the enemies, and they be like the
that dude will pick up anything and blast you. What are you talking about? Look at him. Where are they going? What is happening in that scene?
Do you want me to talk about it? About that scene?
Like there's fire in the background.
Do you want to talk about that scene?
Yeah. What is happening?
So it's another dream sequence. The nightmare of Batman.
Fuck.
So and this is it's like a future premonition where it's a future premonition where what's his face? Oh, Duke's here too.
I snuck in.
There you go. Hold on, let me see if I get this image on here.
What's
I can probably add it to the bottom.
How you doing, son?
I'll lower Duke's volume. Hold up. Say some more shit, Duke.
I was saying, how's my son doing?
All right. we hit up all the real topics already, dog. The NFTs and all this shit, dude.
Oh, you did? I missed it.
Now we in the.
No, tell me what happened.
Now we in the Batman zone.
What is happening in that picture?
I can't get that there.
Where are they going? Where is he walking? Where is he walking? That's what I want to know. Where is he walking?
I don't even know where they walk. They in a deserted land. Like the world's dead. Like in this, like Dark Side won in this world. So he got like
the world's dead.
Like it is.
All right.
So like he has his own like bootleg Suicide Squad because it's Mara. It's the girl from the Aquaman world, and it's funny because Deathstroke's on his team, but the scene that precedes before it is and spoilers for anybody here, but the scene that precedes it before is Deathstroke wanting to team up with Luthor to kill Batman. So it's just funny. Then the dream happens, and now Deathstroke's on Batman's team out here being grimy and shit. And then the Joker is out there with him too, you know. And then they have their little.
Trying to test his gangster at this point. See what he look like. He's trying to be.
That's what happens. So that's what. So Cyborg's there too, and Cyborg Cyborg's like, yo, man, we can't be out here in the open. He'll find us. And who knows what he'll do to us. And then Mara, the Aquaman lady, is like, yo, I hope he find us because I'm going to stab him with this trident, fuck him up for what he did to Arthur, you know? And then Batman's like, yo, man, you need to chill out. And she's like, man, you even know what it is to lose someone you love? And then this guy starts laughing. And it's the Joker. And he's just like, yeah, he does. Basically, he's like, yeah, a mother... He lost a father, and then Batfleck's like, yo, you need to be careful with the next words that come. And adopted son, maybe, you know, like, and he's like, you're not being careful at all. And then they start talking shit to each other, and then he's like, yo, man, because he's like, yeah, there's a lot of people dying in your arms, yo, but you know why the world's fucked up? Because you too afraid to die yourself, bitch. You know, that's what Joker telling him, some shit like that. And then Batfleck's like, you know, I have held a lot of people die in my arms. But he said one of those people was Harley Quinn. And she was like, she said, yo, man, when you kill Joker, please promise me you'll kill him slowly. And he was like, I will keep that fucking promise and kill you slowly.
Yeah, they're not trying to catch this gangster.
And then Superman shows up. Bad shit happens. They start running away. It's anti-life Superman, so yeah. But that's what's happening in that scene. Then he wakes up. But Zach said like I guess a future movie would have been more of that kind of whole world, you know? So yeah. But yeah, that's that.
All right. Dude, what you was on Facebook, but you got a public announcement that you're not competing with people. I didn't listen to it, but I just laughed at it because I was like, what's this? He in his robe. I'm like, who are you talking to, other billionaires or something? What happened? He threw a shot at Bill Gates or something.
Nah, it was this little because niggas was. I guess they some niggas over here is complaining about me and talking about money.
Complaining about what? Look.
I don't understand.
You hear him, Abraham? There are people complaining about. What do you mean complaining about what?
These niggas was saying that I'm in competition with them, and every time I ask them how much they made today, it's like I'm in competition with them. And then some other shit.
Look, the people are tired. They're tired of your games, Duke. How much did you make?
So I had to tell them, like, listen, man, I got friends that's making a lot of money as well. And when we talk about money, it's never like on some fucking, oh, you in competition with you get serious and shit. Why is it always why when we talk about money, not you, but I'm saying like why when I'm talking about them, why when I talk about money with y'all, it's like y'all feel inferior or something. I feel like yeah. Like I'm talking shit or I'm on some. It just doesn't feel right when I talk about it with them. Like when I talk about money and ask them how much they made today on whatever we investing in and all that shit. It's like they feel they get mad or I'm in competition or some other stupid shit he told me.
It's because you like Bill Gates. Imagine Bill Gates asking me how much I made today. That's disrespectful. No, Bill Gates.
I'm like, yo, bro. I'm like, yo, nigga, when you tell me how much you make, that shit inspires me because I like to hear. I'm like, all right, you made what? Now I gotta go get on my ass and go get some money because you just inspired me to make some money. So when I hear that shit, I'm like, yeah, I gotta go get it, nigga. Like, that's what I was saying in that video. I was like, nigga, that shit inspires me. That shit is a motivation for me. When I hear somebody else that made money today on the shit that I'm doing, the same thing I'm doing, and you told me you made X amount of dollars, shit. Nigga, I gotta go make X amount of dollars as well, nigga, because you just inspired me to go make some money now.
No one makes more money than Lord Duke.
Nah.
What is your number? 1 trillion. I shall have that by next week, mortal.
Like, you know what I mean? I had a big falling out with somebody as well recently, and I didn't have nothing to do with it. All I did was we was talking about, you know, crypto and all this shit. I showed him my account. After that nigga just got.
He showed him. Yo, Abe, come on, man. You gotta believe me. I gotta believe me. I'm about to sell this shit as an NFT.
Sell this conversation as a Can we just sell like every podcast episode?
Yo, we could. Yo, did you hear him? Did you hear what he said? He said, you know, we were talking, hanging out.
Showed him my account.
My bank account.
Lost a friend. Lost a friend right there, dude.
It wasn't my bank account. It was the crypto. You know, we showing each
other.
We were showing
that. He saw. He was like, "You are the Duke."
All of a sudden, nigga got super angry, and I didn't know where it was coming from. I'm like, God damn, nigga! I thought we were just on this topic about how much coins you have and this and that, and I show you mine, and all of a sudden, it's like, now you're 100% different. I'm like, God damn, what the fuck?
Dude, this is enough money to change the entire community. You can lift us all out of poverty with this Duke. You treat it like this is a big deal. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's my little crypto shit.
Listen, when I talk to you about this shit, you do the fucking same thing to me. Like, yeah, nigga, see, 30
I don't do none of that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I just show you, look, here's the thing. You be like, oh, yeah.
Nah, 30 mil.
30 mil. I don't have no 30 mil. I didn't say that. Nah, I didn't say that.
Things I got, that money stream ain't gonna fucking fuck me up.
I said I diversify because I'm a common man.
That was exactly the same thing I was telling him. I'm like, listen, I do that. I got this. I got that.
Don't you have these many coins?
Joke. It wasn't a joke though.
I thought all humans had this many coins. I made this in hours, and then you wonder why he got mad.
You shouldn't even get mad. You can't get mad at that because we're a group, nigga. We boys, nigga. Shit like that is crazy to me. Like, if you could get mad, then I don't need to be around you if you're gonna get mad with that. Because I need to be around making money. So when I show this, it won't come up as a brag. It will come off like, that's what I'm like to see, my nigga. Shit, nigga, I could put you on to something. I'll show you something else. You know what I mean? Let's go do.
What you mean they got mad though? What do you mean they got mad?
Exactly what I mean. Like, they saw it.
Like they saw your account and then they were just mad after.
It was bugged out, nigga. It was just unexpected. That was sick. One. The other one was like that was that one. Then there was another one with the dude is saying that I always ask him about how much he made today. When we talking about the subject on stocks and trading and all that, he said he gets mad that I always ask him like how much he made today. Like he said, like I'm in a competition with him. So I was like, what? That's what I made the video.
All citizens of Duke land shall be inquired upon their earnings for full taxing. Notice Duke don't say nothing. He like, yeah,
I just didn't feel that shit. That shit was just too whack for me. I was like, nah. That shit made me want to stay away from niggas, and I'll just keep on getting money and fuck everybody else. Then whoever want to learn, they want to learn. Whoever want to build, let's build. Let's keep on making money. Because if it's gonna be like that, I don't need to be around your niggas. Niggas foolish to me.
Yeah, I'm a quote from the great book, the great book of Biggie Smalls. Chorus. I don't know what they want from me. It's like the more money we come across, the more problems we see. Hi, coming out. So yeah.
People just be insecure about stuff.
It definitely is insecurity.
I don't know.
It's a lot of
that just tell me people be just thinking too much about not what they're doing, and they fixated. Or they just like I don't know. I just wouldn't look at nothing like that. Like
me neither.
I mean, I could literally Google a bunch of people that are richer than me right now and just be like, oh, I hate this. I hate everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's not mine. I don't have nothing to do with me. I can't. All I could do is make my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Whether you got $1 billion more dollars than me or you don't have any money, it's don't have nothing to do with anything.
That's a fact. I be telling niggas about you. Like I spoke to you, and I spoke to you. I was like, yo, this nigga EB and all these niggas, you know, two successful niggas I know. I was like, yeah, these niggas is doing X amount of dollars. That shit inspires me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, my son.
Yeah, but they don't see me, so nobody cares about that. People only care about the things that they can see.
No, but
some news story.
No, but I'm not saying that they see you. I was just saying that for me, I was telling about them. Like, yo, listen, I got two friends that inspired me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not when he speaks to me, it's not on he talks bullshit because I know he's fucking. That's what he fucking does. He don't talk bullshit. Wow. But it's not. I'm not gonna take it as nigga. Fuck you, nigga. I'm about to fight you, and nigga, I'm about to fly to Texas and shoot you fucking. Now, why would I doing some stupid shit like that? That's the point I try to make to them. Like, why you on that type of time? Why can't I just be like, yeah, nigga, I like that, nigga. Like, get money, nigga. You're like, what's up? That's what I'm talking about. How much you made today? That's fire, man. That's dope. Nigga, I'm about to go do the same.
Everything's in the process. People just be interested with the end result, with the byproducts and stuff. I don't care about none of the money. The money is a result of something. I'm not growing a money tree in my backyard like, yo, look, I got the only trees. I'm using the same brain that everybody else got in their head to figure out ways how to do it. That's all I actually care about. If I found a golden way to make money trees, why the fuck would I care about money anymore? I would just care about me finding more ways to make new money trees or some other kind of fucking thing. But people that look at money as the end goal, they gonna right, look at it as envious as opposed to
That's
how did you do that?
Envious.
People be moving backwards. People start with the money. This is what I'm saying. Like, unless you just want money for the sake of money, which like presumably you want it because you want to spend it on stuff. It's just a store of value, right? Like, I don't even think a lot of people like specifically really know why they want money. Like, obviously you could buy things and move away. People want all sorts of things in their head that generally money gets, but I'm just saying I think people start with the money part, you know what I'm saying? Like, that just ends up being the focus. And like, all right, say you had all of this money now, like, what would you even do with it? Like, what do you even want money for? Because if you knew what you wanted money for, then I think people would move differently, right? Because you would just know what you're working. It'd be easier too, right? Like, you know how much money you actually need for the thing that you want. But people just want a nice life. They don't know how much it costs. They just know money is what they need, and however they could get money, I don't know. I don't just want money. I want it for stuff. It's a way to figure it out, but
I just think niggas, whatever they're going through in their life, being projected, and they're not in a certain place, and they see you doing something, and I guess they get envious and jealous, and that's what I be seeing. Like,
so you put a public service announcement out.
Get a lot now. Like, niggas just envious.
Hey man,
watch it later too.
Yo, what was Fat Joe? Jealous one still envy?
What?
I laughed at it too. I marked it. I did a little laugh emoji when I saw it. I didn't even see what you said. I just was like, "What is going on? This some Duke shit right here." He's having a rebellion. Look, the people are upset at the high tax rate, and you just living extravagantly in front of them. Carried off in chariots while people starve eating bread and water.
They just can't. How you flip it?
You a sick
What's that?
70 inches.
70 inches.
Wow, look what he do to the people.
I had to. This shit is amazing. This shit is beast.
Wow. Flexing on them, huh? You be flexing on them. You be flexing. That's why they be
like, oh man. It's real. Come on, people could do this any time of the day. Any day. I just didn't. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, I gotta go get me a new TV, man. I want 70. I was gonna get an 82, but I don't know why.
It is what it is, though. You know what I mean? Nobody done being mad at you ain't gonna make more money appear in their bank accounts or whatever the fuck they want. So again, like, I don't know. But it don't got nothing to do with nothing. Unless I want to know how you did it, but
that's what I
what's there to be mad about? Like, am I thinking you supposed to give me some of this shit? I don't fucking get it. You just mad I have fucking money? You want me to be fucking broke, you piece of shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of fucking friend of you. You want my bank account to be fucking little so you could feel fucking good? You're fucking retarded. I be like, go away.
I put that online today. I showed niggas my loss. I was like, this is what y'all want to see? So y'all got tired of me talking about winning.
Oh, you post loss porn now?
Great week. Look at my week this week. I showed them the negative dollars. I'm like, yep.
Nigga did a goodwill campaign. Tried to show he was like the common man. Look. I only lost 1%, 5 billion this week. See, common man, I am like you. I feel the financial pain too.
Nah, but I was because Matt.
You're laughing. Yes, that is true.
got mad random people hit me up now, like randomly. Like random people, I don't even know. Yo, show me the way and yo, put me on. Do you have any information for me?
Damn.
I was so shocked. Like
Tony Robbins of the hood. Let's go.
Show me
Let's go.
Show me the way, my lord.
Yo,
For dark side, dude.
different states, everything, man. Cause I be tagging this shit.
Yeah.
So it's mad people from everywhere. It's no hood niggas, cause hood niggas are it's too hard for them to comprehend all this shit. Right? But it's just random people. It's random people.
Yeah.
I was just so
Show
shocked.
me the way. Look, it's beginning.
You about to drop your entrepreneur program, dude?
Oh shit! Hey man, shit, there's money in it.
Yo, hell yeah, man. Yo, for $19.95 per month, Duke will show you the way. Dog.
Yo, if Duke has a financial instruction course and get some sort of cult following,
that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
I'm moving out of America.
Yo, I hope you do that and you still live in the comments.
These are killers. They're gonna take over the government.
I will not ever be. I'm out of here, but I won't even be here. I'll be gone.
Look, I will not be here. My workers will carry out my will.
I'll be in a mansion comfortably.
Wow.
The mansion.
That is the goal, to get a nice.
That's the goal?
Yeah. I don't know.
Big giant mansion with studios everywhere. And
wait, what? A big giant mansion with studios everywhere? Not even one, just everywhere? Ain't even no rooms in that mansion. It's just studios.
Put the studio in it. The giant screen. I could just have ideas everywhere I go. I'll be fired.
Sick.
You know that producer Knowledge?
Yeah.
He ain't got no mansion. You know him? He spells his name all fucked up. He kind of just he make beats, but he make beat for the beat world, like Flying Lotus, not for like hip hop beats, you know?
Yeah.
But he said he got all his old computers scattered throughout the house. That way, anytime he need to make a beat, he can make a beat. Like he got the good one, but he got like old hand-me-down bullshit. He just kept it somewhere, like on his bedroom or on the floor, and he just picks it up and start making beats everywhere. So, yeah.
A different feel when you're in a different area.
Yeah.
This dope area. I might as well get right over here. That's why I put it in my living room as well. That's why I got, I got a setup out here. Fuck it, let me get one out here. Shit, I got one in my room when I'm going to sleep. I got one in the studio room.
Yeah.
I just want to, when I get this mansion.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna live right, man. I just fuck with this music shit. I don't even make beats no more. That's the funny thing.
Hey, you out there eating?
Well, I hate that.
Eating on them.
You don't even make beats no more. What you be doing? Just client work?
I ain't gonna say I retired, but
client work.
I just been doing a lot of engineering, like a fiend. Like I'm learning more. I'm just keep on going. So my beat game is just a little too. It's not. I ain't gonna say I fell out of love with it, but it's I don't do it as much as I used to.
And man, you be dropping multi-band compressors on the master chain?
Huh?
Do you drop a multi-band on the master chain? I feel like that's the new thing I'm trying to experiment with.
Sometimes.
I don't like it when I do it because I feel like I fuck it up, but I know that's a real thing, so I'm just trying to play around with it.
And I'll put a dynamic EQ on it as well.
I still don't really quite get what that's all about either. I played with it, but I don't really use it on purpose. I just play with it, and that's it,
It's just for ducking purposes. You want something to duck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. Or you want something to be popping out.
Yeah.
So that's all
Cool. Well, very well. Now I know what that post was about. I was like, what's my son talking about here?
It was cool. Yo, I went downstairs. The funny thing is, I went to the store, and one of these dudes I ain't seen in a while. He came over here just to come over here, I guess to chill. Nigga was like, yo, I saw that. I saw that video. Nigga, you got me hype.
What What video?
Yeah, the video that I posted, the video about, niggas being around you and all that, niggas getting envious and all. Said, nigga, you got me hype. Yo, what's up? So the nigga said, yo, so check this out. I'm gonna give you my account and my I was shocked. I was like, nah, you good. Nigga, I walk away, the nigga text me his account and password so I could sign into his trading account so I can make money for him. I'm like, nigga is crazy.
You get what you get? What's your cut? Like 30%?
Oh no, I'm taking if we gonna as I told her.
I can tell by the tone of the voice.
No.
I can tell by the tone of the voice.
100%.
If you
go 140, you lose everything. You still gotta pay a fee.
Nah, if we gonna bro, we gotta. I ain't set up nothing yet, so I was just like.
But what you getting? What you get? How much you get?
I ain't getting nothing. I didn't even think about a number yet. I just said, as soon as we, if you're gonna do this, because I text him back, if you're gonna do this, we gotta sit down and have a better conversation. Just not
blood conversation, blood contracts.
Nah, we just gotta. He spoke, and we gotta really have a sit down. I don't want to control nobody's money, and then it's losses in this shit. So I'm not just with it.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody what to do with nothing. That's what people want. Look, they want you to just take my password and magically make my thing bigger.
Nah, hell no.
If I could do that, obviously, super easily, I wouldn't even be talking to you or be here. Like, everybody would be doing it. Of course, if I could just pay someone to... I mean, there's people that do that. They obviously can't be that super crazy, but everybody want the quick way to, know what I'm saying? They just want the thing. They need that money. A quick, easy way to do it. I'm sure if you gave those people money, they wouldn't be mad about anything. They wouldn't care how big your bank account was if they was getting some of it.
But hey, that's about it.
We was talking about NFTs earlier. On NFTs, you could when you make something to sell it, you could assign a royalty. That way, every time somebody sell it, like you sell that shit for $5, but later they sell it for $1 million. You could set it up that you get a royalty. You get like 10% of that sale, all future sales, no matter what.
That's right.
So I was saying, like you probably put 100% on the royalty. We can all get 100. Motherfuckers sell that shit, get nothing.
Perpetually, that's the deal for everybody. That's some Duke shit.
You got to own it though, right? You got to own it at least, right?
The Omega tax. That's what that's called.
Did you find out how it's because I ain't do no research on it, but
so what was the question?
You just digitize shit and put it on digitized eBay. That's it.
Oh, so
that's what I mean.
That's all it is.
That's the simple thing. Yeah, we were because we went down the pipe and we found some motherfuckers selling NFT farts and all kinds of crazy shit.
People just selling anything.
He's in Brooklyn too. He in Brooklyn too.
People selling anything. I'm about to make some NFTs and see what happens with them. But
yeah, it seemed like for about $100 you could just start selling them shits. So that's it.
Oh, so you gotta pay something.
But you're paying
because of the gas fee, but it's just
what it is.
The gas fee is so high, and Ethereum costs a lot.
And then
whatever the fuck.
And then every time, so like assuming that you're using OpenSea, you gotta pay to kind of just make your account, right? But then after that, you don't gotta pay no more. But every time you make a sale, like he said, the gas also applies too.
It's like a minor fee that's based on the gas rate at the time. It's basically kind of for any crypto transaction.
Yeah.
That you do. You know how certain times if the network is heavy, the gas fee will be higher. I don't know if you've ever did anything with something like that, Duke. But the transaction cost will be higher if the gas is high. But if it's just period high. It's funny you mentioned that. There's actually something like that in my game. That the gas price is so high, it's like it don't even make sense for me to do the thing. It's like $35 to do whatever.
Because I don't know what gas are you talking about. What?
It's a minor fee. It's a fee it's a transaction fee. Like remember back in the day, you used to have to pay for a stock trade. You know?
All right, so that's like KuCoin. When you try to get out of KuCoin, they charge you big time.
Something like that, yeah.
When you try to
Any
get,
transaction, you get charged a fee
yeah,
Yeah.
for the miners to do whatever. I
I
guess
didn't know.
they got.
I didn't know what gas meant. That's why. But I know what transaction fees mean.
They don't call it like gas. They won't say gas on Coinbase or cool. You'll just see fee.
Yeah, it
But
says
in
transaction
these
fee.
other things, you'll see and I don't know if they're fixed there. It might just be a percentage. I don't know how the fees work, but these shits will be variable. It'll be like dependent on the gas rate at that point in time. Like the same transaction could cost $6 in the morning, and then at nighttime, if the gas rate is different, it could cost $30, and then maybe an hour later, it'll be cheaper because there's not a lot of stuff going on. I don't think Coinbase and KuCoin work like that. I think they just got a fixed fee-based thing based
Yeah, they
on
probably do got to fix. I know Coinbase is just the rapists. Niggas just the rapists. They want their money.
I just cashed out of some crypto. And I was telling Abe that little Brave browser thing because BAT went up. I had 250 in there. I ended up just transferring it to my KuCoin account. I was like, this is perfect.
Brain.
Brave.
Oh,
Brave, the browser, the BAT
Yeah.
extension token or whatever.
But yeah, basic attention token.
But I actually took cash. I think probably maybe for the first time from crypto.
Yeah, basic was jumping. It was jumping. KuCoin is actually moving finally.
KuCoin's been going. KuCoin been.
Dancing.
I don't know what happened to that shit. Something happened to that shit.
Them niggas died, and then February was death, and then beginning of March it was kind of peaking, and then it died last week, and then now it's up again. It's like, wow.
All I know is the value of the KuCoin was never this high. It was nowhere even close to this fucking shit at all. Period.
When you show me this shit, it was only at $1 and some change.
It used to be not even $1, like nothing. I told you now the bonus is like because KuCoin went up so much, it'd be that little daily bonus be actually like a fucking $1 and some change every day.
Yeah, I just had that on the bonus while I was
like should start adding up. It just compounds too. But all kind of shit going on. All kind of shit going on. All kind of ways people doing things to make money, I guess.
It's nice. Beautiful thing.
Yeah, crypto went kind of crazy in the last year and a half or whatever period it was. That shit died off and then just flew higher than it was when it took off to that point. Obviously, the jump wasn't as big like people did, but yeah, no, that was kind of good. That was good. I don't know what's going to ultimately happen with it, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to take some cash out of this. Why not? Leave some to play. Let that shit ride.
I'm going to go through a few of these last stories and then we can wrap the podcast part up. Zack Snyder talked to Adam Driver because I guess he was supposed to be in the DCEU as well. You know Adam Driver? He's the fake Darth Vader in Star Wars.
Okay.
Kylo Ren, that guy.
I don't know none of them actors' names.
Yeah. The Kylo Ren though. He was supposed to be in that shit.
Okay.
HBO Go crashes in Asia because of Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Shit was so lit.
Falcon and Winter Soldier showrunner explains how long after Endgame the series set. I already told you about that. The bank loan struggle.
That's we're not getting into that no more.
And then on Variety, they talking about COVID safe movie theaters. Yo, they have this girl. serving popcorn with like a mask, glasses, and a windshield in front of her. You want to eat popcorn in that environment, dude? Served by somebody in like a nuclear reactor suit.
Dude.
The Simpsons is gonna hit 700 episodes.
Okay.
That shit been on like as long as we've been alive. Yo. Like,
Yeah, true. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Let me see. And I think that might be it. Let me see.
All right.
You have any things of the week?
Trying to think. Yeah, no, I did watch some stuff, but for the most part, I really been telling you, I've been super busy. I got a lot of stuff still to do. It'll be good when it's done. I've been watching Doggie Diamonds interviews, and I did watch some pretty cool interviews on the channel is called Garand Thumb. I actually don't know much about the dude himself on the channel because someone just fairly recently put me onto it. But he just like reviews different guns. But I take it he's like some type of military person. He kind of strikes me as like special operations, but I actually don't know the dude's background. But he just like goes over guns. But the video I watched this week that was pretty cool is he went over a gun, but the reason he went over it was because it was the rifle used by one of the dudes that was in the real story of Black Hawk Down, and it was his rifle setup as best as they could replicate because he's not alive anymore. But he had a pretty interesting rifle setup, so he tried to replicate it and kind of just explain the history of why he might have done that stuff to the gun to make it what he did some ill shit with it. So it was pretty interesting. Garand Thumb.
What's the name of the channel or thing again?
It's called Garand Thumb.
Grand Thumb?
Garand isn't spelled like an M1 Garand, the gun. So not Garand, not Grand, it's like Garand Thumb. But yeah.
And then thumb, like normal thumb?
Like a thumb, like your finger, yeah. So I don't usually watch that dude's channel. I watch it here and there, but that was a pretty cool video. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of the only thing I could think that like stuck out in my mind.
You got anything, Duke?
Keep on getting money.
Well, no, not the last words, dog. I just meant any media or some shit you see.
I knew it. I was waiting for him to say that. I knew it was something like that. Wow. Getting money.
Not really.
That was my thing of the week.
Just that activity. I'm put that shit. Keep on getting.
Fuck you mean?
What else is there?
Stuff much.
I'm playing it old school. I got some songs. Junkie XL at the Speed of Force. That was probably the best scene in the Zack Snyder movie. So it's the song that plays when the Flash does his thing in the movie. So that was dope. Frost, Terrestrial, and I swear there was one more, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, Ricardo, Tobar, aLr, Eterna. That's it. That's it. All right, last words.
I already said mine.
Wow. So many things I could say right now. So much. Too much. But I'm gonna leave people with a piece of advice this time. You better start digitizing. Know what I'm saying? And get your shit out there. Digitize. Get that bread. NFT yourself.
NFT yourself. That should be a song, man. I should drop a bar song about that. Just like NFT yourself. All right, man. We'll bake that chicken, smoke that turkey. Boosh. We out.